Welcome all
Hello there.
to our final session of Alien RPG Ground Zero Dyers Folly. We've had two sessions thus far, and today we have a guest. So let's just go around, quick introduction, and say who you're playing today, starting with Chris.
Hello, I am Unemployed Writer, aka Chris. I am playing Harvey Harv Malone, the lovable android.
That's
Next,
something.
let's go to Rach.
Hi, my name is Rach. I am playing Rowan Hale, a colony worker.
Tom.
I'm Tom. I'm playing Gerard Huntingdale, the company agent.
Sin.
Hello, I'm Simone, and I am playing my character, who apparently whose name I forgot, Elena. Who's just here for vibes.
And Phoebe.
I'm Phoebe. I'll be playing Penny, the overworked medic. It's extra overworked now.
They're traumatized as well.
And I am Kieran, aka KaradanZero. I am the story mother for today's game. And let's jump straight in. A star field fills our view. One nearby star only slightly brighter than the others. Old Bessy, the small star that millions of years ago gathered the dust that would eventually become Dyers Folly, has been an unseeing witness to events more consequential in the last few days than any in its previous existence. Bessy's Jewel, a space station crafted by Weyland Yutani, but, like much of the Folly, crafted too early and neglected, abandoned, orbits the planet below. The scar of the glassed area that used to be a colony just barely visible from this distance, a lower orbit than any object orbiting humanity's cradle on the other side of the galaxy, owing to the small size of the world. Stars begin to wink out like candles being snuffed as a massive, dark object floats slowly and purposefully towards the jewel, its great shadow blocking the light of old Bessy as it opens a huge gaping hangar, easily big enough to swallow the jewel whole. The whole scene plays out in silence as a strut extends from the great maw opened in this unimaginably large spacefaring vessel. It extends and with no difficulty connects to one of the jewel's airlocks. For what purpose? We won't find out for a few hours as we wind time back and recap the past few days. A few days ago, no one would have predicted the end of Dyers Folly. It was a cycle like any other, the company looking to squeeze more from its workers, workers trying to find a way to live better lives under the oppressive fist of unchecked capitalism, children getting up to children's mischief, but one child, Elena, took that mischief to the next level, turning a mining machine on, which disturbed something dormant beneath the surface of the Folly, and in doing so, gathered the attention of something unknown, something perhaps unknowable in the dark between stars. Ground Zero for a deep space object's impact was the center of Dyer's Folly, and afterwards, in the ruins of the colony, 4 of tonight's players witnessed the death of Penny's brother at the, well, not hands, but barbed and bladed tail of an alien, a xenomorph, an example of the species designated XX121. The creature was, however, unable to turn its claws, its teeth, or its predatory intent towards you for long, before it was obliterated by a blast from whatever had landed in the center of the colony. Picking your way through the colony's ruins, you first tried to escape the most logical way, the colony's emergency shuttle, but arrived too late, and were only just able to see one of the colony's miners, a distant descendant of a private detective from the Chicago area, as he boarded the shuttle and took off, presumably to seek rescue from the Weyland Yutani supply ship scheduled to arrive, well, any time now. There was some tension between the 4 of you, with Harv seeming to have no concern about using Gerard as a test subject for what he had identified as some sort of monolith, now hovering in the center of the colony, and being open about his objective to keep Elena alive no matter the cost and no matter who he needed to sacrifice. After the colony's shuttle took off, Gerard let the others know that he knew of a possible alternative, another shuttle left at the old decommissioned mine site on the other side of the Folly. The 4 of you, as well as the Folly's other child, Zhao, who you'd found while seeking other survivors, then needed to navigate through the colony, avoiding both the strange monolith at its center and the more obviously threatening xenobiological creatures prowling its outskirts. Then through a cave system between the Folly and the old mine. The monoliths seem to have a strange effect on some of you, with visions of your loved ones appearing and entreating you to approach it, though perhaps fortunately, perhaps unfortunately, we'll never know what would have happened, as none of you did. Within the caves, there were 2 discoveries made. Firstly, the private storeroom of the colony's chief administrator, Peter Waterman, was unlocked using his severed hand picked up from his eviscerated remains, and within, data told a tale of corporate corruption, embezzlement, and unnecessary hardships inflicted on the colony's population. A fortune in currency and supplies was obtained, and information gathered about both the creatures hunting you and humanity's origins, with Harv reflecting on this, and expressing hope that if his human companions were to meet their creator, they would not be so disappointed as he was in considering his own creators. The second discovery within the caves was the location of the other colonists within an insectoid-like hive embedded in the walls. While most of the colonists were comatose, one was conscious, Ruby Machado, though whatever ordeal she had been through had traumatized her. After giving her a brief medical examination and considering the information they'd found about specimen XX121, Penny and Gerard concluded that Ruby was most likely infected with some kind of parasite. They were in the process of what seemed like convincing her that she couldn't come off world with them when a xenomorph returned to the hive. A panicked flight from the creature in the dark of the cave system meant Ruby was separated from the others, who only saw her again briefly after they'd exited the cave into the old mine site's canyon. But she was swiftly disappeared back inside as if snatched by a great unseen hand. With an uncertain timeline before the company's supply ship would arrive, well, not just arrive, but possibly arrive, receive no signal from the colony and leave, you proceeded directly into the canyon, with some of you again having visions of your loved ones as the freight elevator took you to the canyon floor. There was no time to delay, a brief stop at a supply station and you picked your way across the old mine site to the comm station and landing platform. Seeing one of the creatures behind you and hearing the deep resonating sound of the monolith's light-based weapon let you know that you were pursued on 2 fronts, with the shuttle for escape being the only option. As the tension rose, Harv managed to effect some quick repairs to the shuttle, however, noticed that the shuttle was locked in and only able to transit to Bessy's jewel. Gerard identified the on-planet deep space comms were inoperable, but was able to set the comm tower to create a repeating local message, broadcasting an alert to any recipients of the presence of the organism on system, and also a call for help to come to the space station, and only the space station. The 4 of you plus Zhao boarded the shuttle and took off. In a few moments of relative safety, Penny thought silently to herself about Ruby, left behind, wondering whether she was in fact infected, whether they had to abandon her, or whether there was another choice. Elena's thoughts were on Zhao, saved, but now suddenly without family. At least Elena has Harv. Now Elena wants to make sure Zhao isn't totally alone. Gerard's thoughts were on grander designs, what he'd learnt from Waterman's private terminal about the origins of life on Earth, these beings known as the Engineers and their connection to the Monolith, why the Monolith had targeted Dyers Folly. Harv didn't think about anyone or mourn any loss on the colony. His thoughts were a reflection on the human species, the human brain taking the species to the top of the food chain, and whether the organism XX121 was to be the new top of the food chain. And with these thoughts, the shuttle docked with the space station, and a shadow, unknown to any of the passengers, slid from shuttle to station. While above the Dyers Folly colony, the monolith let loose one final blast and returned to its origin ship, which began moving towards the space station. And that brings us to the start of this session. Were there any specific details I've glossed over that any of you did want to highlight? Nope. Cool.
No.
Advancements in energy technology over the past few centuries have meant that space stations like Bessy's Jewels can be operational for years, decades, maybe centuries after being abandoned. And being designed to operate in space means a minimum of moving parts, a minimum of wear and tear while not in use. That doesn't mean that everything will work perfectly without maintenance, but it does mean that as you arrive, the lights are on. Elena, you were piloting last session. Could you give me a piloting roll, please, to see how smooth your landing is?
Because the kid is the best pilot, but she's phenomenal.
Well, piloting's not that girly stuff that you don't want to learn.
Correct.
So you would have paid attention in your lessons and spent a lot of time
Yeah.
on the simulators.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Where's my stress? Sorry, hang on.
Where's your stress? We can
I've
see
got
it
my stress now.
on your face.
Yeah, shush you. I have so many stress. 2 successes.
Cool. You are still a child. You're not an experienced pilot, so while you do pretty well in piloting the ship in, you successfully dock without damage to the ship or the station. It is a little bumpy. Harv, you're alone in the aft section of the shuttle, and during the docking procedure, you hear something moving around. Something sounds like something organic bouncing around a little bit. Could I get an observation roll, please?
Luckily, I think that's my second best stat. It may be my second best stat, but not a single 6.
Yeah, okay. There was something moving around somewhere in the docking bay.
Is Huntingdale
shuttle
nearby?
I think Huntingdale was in the cockpit.
Okay.
From
Everyone
memory?
else is in the cockpit, I'm guessing. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think that's right.
Yeah. I'll begin making my way to the cockpit.
Concerned
Yeah.
about the 10-year-old piloting shuttle.
As you do,
Something like that.
you hear some more movement. Sounds like it might be coming from the overhead storage containers.
Okay. I'm assuming the overhead storage containers are something within reach for me.
Yes.
So I will just, with sort of like a sort of hint of curiosity, look towards it before moving with calculated precision towards the overhead locker.
Yeah. As you step forward, the storage compartment, something must have moved the lock. It opens. Some storage crates drop along with something else. It's a flicker of movement. We're talking about within the space of a moment. I'll get another observation roll from you, please.
That is at least 1 6. Yeah, 1 6.
Just one?
Yeah, just 1.
Yeah, okay. You see something that's about the size of a human. It has 4 limbs. With the success, you're able to catch that its head isn't elongated like those creatures that you've seen. That's what you get it as it drops down. And it's kind of obscured by the luggage as it falls. It's only a moment, however, before a person stands up. Rach, please give us a description of what Harv sees as Rowan Hale recovers from their drop in the cargo compartment.
Well, you know me. I like to kind of look like my characters. So you see a girl that's dirty. I'm not dirty today, but whatever. With frizzy, curly brown hair and a silver jumpsuit type thing that looks very dirty, mechanical, like looks like there might be a worker. It's not very like fancy or anything like that. Yeah.
And I'm assuming I've never seen this person before.
Oh no, you do know them. I'll say at this point, the 4 in the cockpit, all looking a little worse for wear from their travels through the ruined colony, the cave system, the mine site. They've made their way out and they see Harv standing over a colonist. Dyers Folly, it's a small colony, so all of you would already not necessarily know each other closely, but know who each other are. Rowan, you recognize Zhao and Elena, the 2 children from Dyers Folly. There's Penny. She's the colony's doctor. She's still wearing her Weyland Yutani medic uniform. And Gerard Huntingdale, the corporate 2IC of the colony. His suit not looking quite as sharp as it usually would. And of course, the android standing over you is Harv, Elena's guardian. Now, while the airlock cycles and the pressure equalizes between the shuttle and the station, you've got a few moments to talk. Take it away.
Curious. It appears we have picked up a stowaway.
It's
Rowan.
Rowan.
That was always
Hi.
a good thing.
God, when
you-
did you get on?
I kind of got here a while ago. I've been hiding. Chris or Kieran, I'm so used to Chris being the storyteller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that a lot.
Yeah.
Kieran, have I seen the alien? I don't think I mentioned that in the
Roll me a d6.
thing. All I know is like the shuttles were taking off.
Yeah, roll me a d6.
Just one?
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Yeah, you saw one.
Okay. I kind of ran as soon as I saw something. I'm not sure what it was, but it was dangerous, terrifying, and I knew I couldn't take it. So once I saw that
Did
the
the being
ships were
attached to your
gone-
face?
Do you have any symptoms of like a sore throat?
No? Why would I have that? It
How's your
didn't
chest
look
feeling?
like fine. I mean, I'm stressed. There's some tension here. But
Rowan,
besides that, I'm
This is probably
Tension.
a weird question, but do you mind if I medically examine you?
yeah, sure, of course. I trust you.
I'm gonna give her a once over just to make sure she hasn't had
Yeah.
what happened to Ruby happen to her.
Medical aid roll, please.
Yep.
Harv is going to sort of stand between Rowan and Elena. To
Elena
sort of,
is going to make that really difficult because she really wants to see Rowan.
please stay behind me,
She's-
Elena, while the doctor examines our new
Why?
guest.
You know Alette. You know Rowan. She's fine.
3 successes. Yeah, with that, you're pretty confident that she isn't reporting having come into close contact with this thing. She saw it from a distance. She kept away from it. She doesn't have any of the symptoms that you would expect.
I think I was like standing in front of Zhao and like kind of positioning myself to be in between everyone. And the second I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I stepped to the side and let everyone congregate
Thank
a bit
you.
closer. You're all good.
What is-
Everyone, all good.
What is it that you were looking for exactly? Because I don't understand. All I saw was this giant black thing.
We met other colonists that they had come in close contact. It had cocooned them, and something, we think a parasite went down their throat and scratched them up, and they were infected with something. We're not 100% sure what it was.
Are you all that's left? Like who all survived? Who else got out? Who escaped on the shuttle?
Yeah, it's just us.
And Carol. Carol did fuck off with the other shuttle.
Alone? No one else?
Don't
He
know.
may have had other people in the shuttle we did not see inside the shuttle.
Definitely not.
But as far as I'm aware, it is just Carol that has escaped on his own.
Fucking Carol.
We're awaiting for Gerard, the shipment to help us, right?
Yeah, I sent a distress beacon. Told them to come here.
So we have a plan. We have an out.
We just don't know when they're going to
Theoretically.
show up.
We thought wait up here and not get killed by whatever is down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it can't follow us.
I don't think it can make it into space. I hope.
With that thought, the airlock finishes cycling and opens directly into a small docking bay. The floors and walls are white, the room's lit by embedded fluorescent panels. Ahead through a door you can see an octagonal corridor. It looks utilitarian, standard for Weyland Yutani facilities, and you can expect this aesthetic will be pretty consistent throughout the station. Think of what it looks like on board the Nostromo in the original Alien. To one side of the room there is a terminal. It hums and ticks away quietly, and the light in the corner it's in is tinted slightly green from the glow of its monitor.
I'm going to approach the terminal. You'll see Harv just march towards the terminal with purpose, and he is going to have a look and see if there's any like reports or anything on there of like any weird things happening on the station, just to make sure
Yeah.
that everything is fine.
Cool. Make a comtech roll, please.
Oh, can I use this? Can I use my system diagnostic device
Give me 1 second, and I will
Or the
look that
season
up.
PDAT. It's one of the two. One of the two gives me extra on Comtech rolls.
Yeah, I will have a quick look. Seegson PDAT is a personal data tablet. It's more for coordinating info
Not that one.
for field teams. But the diagnostic device, I will give you a +2 for.
Thank you. Much appreciated. And of course... Oh, no, there's 1 6.
Just one?
Just 1 6.
Yeah, okay. In that case, all you are able to get is a rough map of the station. Where are we? And you can't push rolls, can you?
No, I cannot.
Is it because you're a...
It's because I'm a...
Because he's an android.
Yeah.
So in Discord, I've just dropped there. You guys are in that top section right at the top.
Cool.
Oh,
You need to send me these maps once we're done. So I
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Now I'll turn back to the others and I'll say, I have procured the schematics for this space station. I could not gather any further details. I am assuming that nothing awry has has occurred within this station. But he'll walk up and he'll say, Rowan, you have come across one of these creatures, yes?
Distance, yeah, but not close enough to examine it or even know what it is.
Perhaps it would behoove you to let us know what your experience on the Folly was and how you ended up within the storage.
Well,
Will you sit down while we do that, though? Is there somewhere we can go sit?
Of course, Elena, you have been through quite a lot. And by the way, as he kneels down and sort of looks Elena eye to eye, you did a fantastic job upon your first ship docking. Top marks
Thanks.
towards you.
I did really good in the simulators, so
Yes.
it's pretty easy.
Though we do have to
Elena,
work on
you
how rocky
flew
that...
You
Yeah.
flew this plane? Or the ship?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You did
I
so
also-
well.
I also drove the ATV on the thing for the doctor. She let me drive it because she wasn't very good at driving.
Rowan gets down eye level with Elena and then pats her on the head and gives her, a big smile. Oh
gonna
my
say,
god, Elena.
as
I'm
she
so
does-
proud of you.
She's got to walk across the room to
Okay.
get to her. And
That's
as she
fine,
does, she
yeah.
walks in front of the door that goes into the corridor and it opens.
How mean.
That's all. It's just,
Okay.
it's got
great.
a motion sensor or something and the door is open.
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
does it look like anything's down there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's just looking down into a corridor. You can see that the corridor, after a little bit, from the way that you're looking on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, there's a door into other rooms, and in front it kind of opens up into. From here, you can kind of make it out. Almost looks like a storage area, maybe just a corridor with storage on the sides. Not really clear.
Yep.
Karen, can you tell me who the other kid was? I didn't get any
Yeah.
information
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. So he's just the.
How is that spelled? ZHAO?
XIAO.
XIAO. And who is he?
He's staying quite quiet. There were only 2 children on the colony,
Yeah.
and
Are
he's
we
the
still
other one.
in
He's just a
The
child. Of,
suit.
Oh my god,
Still
the
in the get along
conjoined shirt!
there was a Kevlar suit that they kind of stitched and sewed so that the 2 kids could fit in it together. I'll leave it up to you as to whether you're both in it or whether you took it off once you reached the relative safety of the shuttle.
I don't think she could fly if she was attached to another
Yeah,
kid.
I'm gonna say
Probably
they had to take that off. So you still have it with you.
But
Whether you
Zhao
wanna
would
bring it with
still
you.
be close. He'd be staying very close
Zhao's
to Elena.
nearby. Zhao's. I think Zhao is staying close to Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
sorry.
Penny is staying close to Elena.
Yeah, great. To answer your question, Zhao is a child of one of the couples who were working on the colony.
Okay, I don't have
He
any
has
significance
two
to them.
dads.
Like, you know who they are, but
Two dads?
it's just like,
He has
Yeah.
two dads?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, already my favorite.
Who sadly are no longer with
I'm
us.
sorry, Elena.
Well,
No,
you
that's
don't,
so fair.
you don't know what happened to them.
Maybe they're alive. Maybe they got out.
Sure.
Maybe
I mean,
they're,
the
maybe
colony
they're
did
birthing
get turned
alien
to
babies.
glass. So, yeah, they I don't know if you would have seen them or not in the dark of the caves, considering your attention was pretty much on Ruby the whole time. So you don't really know whether they were in there, whether they were still in the colony that's now a couple of square kilometers of glass on the surface of the planet. You don't really know. But Zhao is here, and he's very quiet and just staying by Penny's leg.
Thank you. After the door opens and I praise Elena, I do look down the hallway, but I start talking to Harv as I'm staring down the hallway since it opened. It did cause me to, like, you know, jump a little bit.
Do you think it would have raised your stress level?
No, I don't think it would have raised my stress level.
Cool.
But it would have made me look at it because it opened.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking down the hallway, still kind of bent down at eye level with Elena, but not looking at her anymore. And I start talking about what happened to Harv, answering Harv's question. Basically what happened is I saw a ship take off and I kind of hung around for a little while. I saw the destruction left behind from whatever that fucking thing was that hit the colony. And I knew that we had another escape ship. So I made my way through the, what was it called, Kieran? The crevasse?
Yeah, there was a crevasse. You're a recreational bouldering
Boulderer,
or
yes.
rock climber, and so you climbed your way across where there used to be a bridge into the old mine site.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed rock climbing and bouldering, so getting through, while difficult, was okay.
Wow, that's so cool. You climb on
That was-
rocks?
I
Very
do.
impressive.
It's
That's very cool.
helps deal with the stress of living here or living there.
I think I want to climb on rocks.
Yeah. Well, maybe we will next time.
And at that moment, the lights cut.
You're a fucker, Kieran.
And blame the dice. I held it up to see so that you guys could see I was doing a random roll.
No, I saw.
30 seconds ago. Yeah, good. The only light that's in the room now is the glow of the terminal in the corner.
That's not good.
Gerard's
it's
gonna
not.
walk over to the terminal and see if he can access the systems to try and turn them back on.
Yeah, I'm not even going to make you a comtech roll. You press a couple buttons, the lights flicker for a moment and come back on.
Cool.
Why the hell did the lights go out?
Because Kieran.
It's an old
Perhaps
ship.
it is on a timer of some kind. Who's really to say? But yes, perhaps we should go to somewhere more quiet here, a resting area. But that was quite resourceful of you, Rowan, to make it all the way here on your own with nobody else, if I'm understanding your story correctly.
Yeah.
Harv would never have made it here without me.
No, I would not have left your side, Elena.
Yeah, and also
I,
I helped you heaps.
We've all been very useful to each other. And yes, Elena, you have been very, very helpful.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes it's easier to get through things when you don't have to think about other people. But I am glad that Elena, Zhao, Penny, she kind of glosses over Gerard and Harv, had each other.
So, where are you going?
So I believe
Considering
we're
you
at,
just
like,
have
the-
You're at the northmost room, right at the top.
There are images on this map, and I do not know what they represent. Like the symbols.
It'd be real handy if someone had downloaded a map key But unfortunately, the person who was accessing the terminal only accessed a very basic version of the schematics.
Get
I
out of
see.
here. Don't
Shit.
blame me for you forgetting to add a map key onto there.
No,
Oh
No,
you rolled
he's-
one success.
Oh.
that-
Okay, right.
he's saying roll higher.
Well, I'm sorry for my dice rolls. Thank you very much. All right.
Well, I'll actually, you know what? I will get. Where are we? Could I just get a wits roll?
From who?
Anyone who's looking at the map.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just wits.
Yeah, just pure wits. This is kind of to try and deduce
Why? Why?
nothing.
Not a number.
Nothing. 3 5s, funnily enough.
Same as 3 zeros. Actually, you can't roll zeros. 3 ones.
I'm assuming only Gerard and Harv have access to the map, right?
Depends who Harv's showing it to.
3,
Yeah,
and
I'd be
I got
showing
a
it.
1 on my stress dice.
Ooh.
Remind me, does pushing it mean that I re-roll all of my dice or just one?
Just the any failures.
Okay, cool.
But you
I
gain
will-
a stress before you push it, so on your reroll you get a.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
I got 1-6.
Cool.
Yeah, one success as well.
I'm gonna say Penny's just looking at the long hallway and not really looking at the map.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Sim, you got 1 on a stress. Could I get a d6 plus your stress level minus your resolve, please?
I rolled 5 2s.
Oh
Cool.
no.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, anyone who got a success, just Rach got a success. Harv didn't. Harv, you're just like, why do I need any more than just the schematic? Rowan and Elena, you're both. Rowan, probably because you're a mine worker, you're kind of used to accessing things like that. Elena, because from your lessons, you remember this. Sometimes if one terminal has just a basic schematic on the same installation, you might be able to access further details from a different terminal.
Does Gerard know that as well? Because I also got this.
Yeah, if you got, sorry, I didn't see that you got a
That's
success.
okay.
Yeah, you're aware of that as well, and you know that through your company knowledge. You're like, yeah, on this station there'll be a full schematic here. It's just that Harv either didn't download it or it's not accessible from that terminal. Maybe it's because it was the terminal in the airlock.
Sure.
It's maybe restricted access because there's more likely to be more people there. Don't know.
Yep.
Cool. Where to then?
I got a 4 on my stress dice.
4 total after the additions and subtractions. Okay. Who are you close to right now?
Me and Harv, I think, because we're looking at the map together.
Yeah.
Me, Harv, Gerard, and Elena, and then probably Zhao.
So
behind
everyone.
Okay.
Zhao's next to
Well,
me.
Penny, I think is looking down the hallway, so not
Yeah,
really paying
yeah.
attention.
Rowan, I'll say you're the closest to Elena. She looks cold. Maybe she's like shaking, she's shivering, and then you realize it's not cold in here. She's just shaking. She looks like she's really been shaken up. Sim, you get a -2 on all agility rolls.
Rude.
Oh, at least she's small. How big is Elena? How tall? How big? How much
What
does she
age
weigh?
is she again?
She's like 10, 12?
Okay, but is she malnourished?
She's little. She's
Yeah,
mildly
not so bad.
Small.
malnourished, but not to the point where she takes exhaustion from
Okay.
just
All right, cool.
existing.
I'll just file that away and I'll like move closer to her and put my hand on her shoulder. So, like you would I'm not quite sure where she comes up to me in height, but like I put my arm on her shoulder and I push her closer to my body, even though I know she's not close.
Is Rowan quite tall? Is Rowan like
Oh yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah.
I want her to be like
Muscle
6
mommy?
feet. She's 6 feet. Yeah, she's a muscle
okay,
mommy.
So she's like
Okay.
I
little compared
love
to
that you make every character you have like
Not every.
Amazonian.
Just the last two that we've played is a muscle mommy. Okay, not every.
Also, your character in Curse of Strahd. So at least
That's
the
the
last
one.
three.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
the last
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
Curse of Strahd and this one, we're
Yeah,
muscle
yeah.
mommies. But come on, you can't tell me that that doesn't make sense for the
No,
character.
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does,
It
it
absolutely
does.
does. And
Big
I
and
think that
strong.
would make Elena even more, like, give her even more reason to like her because she is so determined to like be a strong, character
Future
herself. Because that's
muscle
what her
mummy.
mum was like. Her mum was like, mechanic, strong kind of lady. So she loves a strong woman figure in her life.
That's what Rowan is like as well. Also, really good, really, really big on community and like coming together.
I will say, Harva's glaring like no one's business right now.
He doesn't care. Your glare has no effect on Rowan. She knows that you're a machine, and that's all. And she knows that the child needs a person.
Ooh, wow.
Just as Penny stops being slightly android racist, we have a new one come on board.
And he finally came around and was like, "Oh, he's not too bad."
Yeah.
Rowan's here like, "Fuck you, Android boy."
I do want to throw out here, we didn't actually set a buddy and a rival for Rachel's character. She just
We've already done it.
hates
I've already. I
androids
think
as
we have it.
herself.
I think it's done. Actually, I think
So funny.
it's done.
Cool.
Oh
So,
god, that's phenomenal.
where to?
I think. Yeah, sorry. You go, Sam.
That's okay. I was gonna say, I feel like Elena would be like, we need a new terminal, so that we can get like all the names for everything.
That would be good. I think also going towards a storage kind of facility would be good. If the lights keep going off, we want to make sure that we can fix that or find like flashlights or something.
Yeah.
Good with that.
I think there's another terminal to the right, so if we go around that way.
Yeah.
Lead
Yep.
the way.
Walk forward.
So straight out
I'm-
into the corridor and then into the room on the right?
Yep.
Rowan will always let Harv lead the way if he chooses to do so.
You very much will.
Perfect. I figured.
Half will take that.
I mean, it
Sure,
just makes
start
the most
rolling
logical
dice.
sense.
So as you walk through into the corridor, the lights again are on because you've switched them back on. You hear, it's almost like a clunking, a scraping maybe, from not the direction of the room that you're headed towards, but further down and on the other side.
Harv, did you hear anything about someone being up here? Is there usually people manning this station?
That is what I was trying to discover at the terminal.
Right.
But I did not
No luck?
discover anything other than an incomplete map, unfortunately.
Let's keep our eyes and ears open.
I always do.
I can.
As you approach the room, the door detects your presence and opens automatically. About half the room is filled with computer processing equipment and a handful of terminals. There's tapes on the walls that they're not ticking around, but you can see that they look like they're in a reasonable state of repair. The other half is filled with a variety of scientific equipment, and along one wall there are clear tubes. They're about 50 centimeters across. They're filled with liquid, a preserving fluid. There's one on the end that's broken, but there's no liquid anywhere nearby, suggesting that when it was broken, it must have been shattered some time ago.
Can I work out... Oh, yeah, so some time ago. Okay. So, like, yeah, probably would be innocuous what shattered it. Okay. But there is a terminal
Can I-
in here, yes?
There is a terminal, yes. Rach.
Can I look? Is there any information on what was being done? Like any kind of documents
Yeah.
that might reveal what was being studied or tested or preserved?
Are you just looking
to
through
peruse?
drawers and things for?
I'm looking.
documents
I'm
for
looking.
writing,
I'm
or are you
not
gonna check the
opening things
terminal?
yet. I'm just looking around, seeing if there's
Context
documentation. Yeah, context clues of like what this station was doing.
Yeah. Okay. Could
Not
you please...
rifling through stuff yet, because that I don't feel is necessary.
I didn't like your tone when you asked if I was going to do that.
Yeah, didn't like your tone.
Could I get an observation roll, please?
Is there a way to help function? I forgot.
Yeah. If you're going to help, then
Yeah.
she can get a +1.
Yeah, have a +1 range.
Gerard would love to go into one of the terminals, see if he can find a more completed map and potentially access ship logs or something.
Cool. Comtech roll, please.
Cool.
No, I didn't get any successes.
No successes. You look around and, I mean, it's some sort of scientific lab.
I'm not that
all
smart.
You've got. There's not really anything, but it's not that you're not smart. It's you have a lot of skill and a lot of expertise in mining operations, but this isn't mining operations. This isn't your thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I just
one of
kinda
those
like-
days.
I just kind of brush things around and go, what the fuck is this gibberish? What is this?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Actually, you know what? You do that and you approach the broken tube, and you're looking at the sort of dried pool of liquid on the ground. Would Rowan touch it? Would Rowan?
No, I'm not
sort
that
of-
stupid. I work with mining equipment. Don't touch shit. You don't know what it does. You're gonna break it, or you're gonna,
Die.
cause. Yeah, don't
Cool.
touch shit that you don't know.
Gerard.
Can you push rolls in which you get 1s on stress dice?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
And
I will.
don't forget you also have your story point.
Yeah. I assume I need more than 1 success though.
I mean, it's
May
pass or
I,
fail.
may
It's
I
just the
use
level
my
of your success.
analysis on this whole area to see pretty much what Rage was trying to figure out?
You're on
You're gonna
the
have to remind me
computer, right,
what
Tom?
analysis does.
Yes.
It's
Or I'm gonna-
basically I roll for observation and I gain insight regarding a strange and alien artifact, but this is not alien, I guess, so it would mean more
there's
strange
nothing
artifact.
really-
The substance could be alien. You don't
Yeah,
know.
like that's why I'm asking if I can do an analysis.
Ah.
on
I'm
this.
not going to make you roll. Whether you share this with other people or not, whatever, that's up to you. But you can be pretty sure it's some sort of preserving fluid. It's probably man-made, human-made.
with Tom's role as well, because Elena was wanting to find a computer and wanting to like look into that kind of thing as well. She'd have followed him and be kind of hanging over his shoulder, going, "What you doing?" and trying to point out things to help. So
I will let Tom decide whether that's a +1 or a -1 because I can see it going
I think that's
both
+1,
ways.
but well, I don't want to speak for
Well,
Tom.
I think
no,
I
do
think-
he's yours. You're his owner, so
it
I was gonna
doesn't
say
it doesn't
potentially
matter
up
too
your
much
stress.
because I did have to push it and I'm gonna blame that on the reason why. I did get a 1 on a stress die, but I also got 4 successes.
Okay,
I-
4 successes. So
was trying to help you without you having to push it. But that's
Oh, yeah,
don't-
that's all right.
Don't mind me.
what you get for your 4 successes is you're able to get an annotated schematic of the station, which I'll share
Woo.
in Discord.
My God, how helpful.
Helpful.
There
Which
you
is,
go.
I think, the first helpful thing that Gerard's done. Kidding. He's
You're
done
Wow.
helpful things, but we just don't like to give him credit.
able
Now I know
to-
where the airlock is, so I can push you out of it.
And you would.
Lost.
You absolutely would if you weren't being watched.
There are multiple airlocks on the station. You are able to access, that station map that I've just shared with you. You're able to access a maintenance report for the station, which shows that for the most part it's operational. Core systems like life support, like orbital adjustments, so it's not going to come crashing down the next couple of centuries, hopefully. You're able to access that hypercoms are down. It would likely need low-level maintenance because it's 4 successes.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got the annotated map. You got that the station is largely operational, but hypercoms are down. The com repairs that are needed will likely need both software support from within the command module, as well as physical repairs, which would necessitate extravehicular work. And you get a report from the cryopod chamber indicating that there are 10 cryopods. 4 are currently showing as operational.
Cool. I'll share this with the group.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to ask. Question. Was the noise we heard earlier, was that coming from the cryopod area?
Maybe-ish,
You
kind
think-
of. Vaguely.
Did they leave people on here
Optimal.
sleeping?
Maybe. 4 of them by the looks
Did
of
it say if that, they're operational as in they're being used, or they're
Yeah.
operational as in we could
Operational as in they currently work.
use them? Right.
They could
right.
be used.
So we're not sure yet.
Yeah. We would have to check.
Ugh.
But if 6 of them are broken, that suggests something bad happened then.
But look on luck's
Cool.
side. We only need 4 cryopods if we really need it. I do not need to be in storage, and there are 4 of you
Yeah.
humans.
We have 2
There are
kids.
5.
Oh. Sorry, Zhao. I forgot that you were there. You're uncharacteristically quiet.
Elena
I-
would pat Zhao on the shoulder and be like, "It's okay. He doesn't mean anything by it."
Yes.
I also
Alright.
forget about Zhao. It's fine.
Alright, well,
Do we need to get just like another cam up? With just the word Zhao
Let me just like
across
hold
it?
up a
just
piece
quickly,
of
we
paper.
need
what's
a
up up in
Microsoft
Amy's
Paint
paint
drawing.
So, if I'm understanding things correctly, in order for us to send out a message from here to for the supply ship, we would need to restore the communications array, correct?
Correct.
And I understand there's also an Android storage and maintenance. I am in need of some maintenance, so that would be quite handy. My suggestion at this stage would be for Rowan and I. Just to double check, we're going in order to repair the comms array. We actually need to go out, like it's software and hardware.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. My suggestion would be for Rowan to procure a EVA suit, and for Rowan and I to exit out of the station once we're ready to do some repairs.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. There are a couple of suits in the ship, so
Very good.
as long as Rowan, you're cool with that.
Yeah. I think I'm probably the one, me and Harv are probably the most likely to be able to do the repairs.
Cool. And I'll assist on
agree.
the software side from the command module.
Let me double check with Kieran though, because
Mhm.
I don't see anything I don't really see anything that's like repair. Would that
I
be
think it's
considered
just
heavy machinery?
Heavy machinery.
Oh, sorry,
Heavy machinery.
If it's Comtech, that's not me then. That would be
Yeah,
Gerard.
no, heavy
if it's heavy
machinery,
machinery, that would be me.
Heavy
Yeah.
machinery.
Yeah,
I
that
just
is
wanna make
definitely me
sure.
as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's also a storage corridor out there, so I think it prudent for me to have a look over these cryopods to make sure that they are operational and nothing is awry. So perhaps we should spread out throughout the station, cover as much ground as possible, and reconvene around the command module.
Okay.
If we're hearing noises, I don't know if everyone going off on their own is a good idea.
I think we should split off into teams, perhaps.
Yeah.
I would like to go to
I'll go with Harv.
storage.
I was about to make the suggestion to go with you as well, Rowan. I'm glad we are of one mind on this.
Perfect.
Zhao and I can go look for storage stuff. I can be the leader of that team.
But who will protect
Okay.
you, Elena?
I'm pretty good at protecting myself.
I do have basic army combat training, so you don't have to worry about Elena.
I trust you, Dr. Penny, to keep Elena safe.
I will.
Dr.
So-
Penny, you never let me do anything fun.
You can also fight, but
Mr.
maybe from a
Huntingdale,
distance.
you are uncharacteristically quiet. What is your job on this task? Are you going to be joining Elena and Dr. Penny and Zhao?
question. Yeah, I might as well.
Okay, so we have...
Maybe Mr. Huntington should go and investigate the noises.
I think we should all stick mostly together as much as... We should all stick mostly together. Stick in teams.
Fine.
You've got
So
your gun. Hunting there?
Sorry, I just thought I'd sort of say out of character. My idea, Rach, is for us to go cryopods, go down. Is that a corridor there that's attached to the cryopods?
I think those
or
are
is that-
vents.
Yeah, the thinner ones going vertically on either side. Those are vents.
Okay.
The
Which are
children
accessible
only.
and
There's always
human-sized?
Yeah. I mean, creatures larger than a human can navigate those vents.
Perhaps we can talk about it in character. But my idea was basically to go from cryopods over to the escape pods where there looks to be an EVA suit, grab that, and then head into the command module. But that's kind of my idea. But we can probably discuss that in character. Anyway, sorry, continue.
So the plan is Penny is taking Zhao and Elena and Gerard as well.
Yes, Penny is taking Gerard.
Yeah. And going to the storage corridor.
Yep, that's first stop, and then we'll meet everyone in the command module.
And Harv and Rowan are going to check out the cryopods.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All
Rowan
right.
smacks Harv on the back. All right, bud, let's go. Start heading out. Very hard. Very hard. Although he's a robot.
He's
so
an
he knows it's
android. It
fine.
doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I
he
know.
doesn't
bother him.
But
He doesn't
anyone
move-
looking is
yeah.
like, that's a little aggressive.
He doesn't like shift or move at all. He just like stands there and just nods and then begins marching.
This is fun.
Gerard looks on approvingly.
Oh no.
Someone treating Harv badly.
No, it came across as very, let's go, bud.
Yeah, a tiny little thing comes up in the bottom of the screen as Huntingdale approves.
So, are you all just kind of walking back into that sort of central corridor and then splitting up from there?
I don't like your tone when you ask that.
I'm just trying to get a clear understanding of what's happening.
Yes.
Yes.
As you walk into that central corridor, just before you all split, there is a pulse of energy that moves in a wave through the station. Harv, with your sensors, you can detect input beyond the range accessible to humans. You can tell the energy frequencies of this pulse match the energy frequencies of the light emitted by the monolith back on Dyers Folly. As this energy mists its way through the air, it coalesces into a floating wisp, a spark, a ghost. But smooth, not moving suddenly like lightning. Everyone but Gerard sees this wisp enter into his chest as he becomes oddly stiff, his eyes glaze over. Gerard, what you see as this glowing wisp hits your chest is everything goes black. Then from that dark abyss, there's this glowing green, crackling and flickering. You hear a voice in your thoughts, but it's not your own. With it comes a sense of terror, destruction, fire.
Manny.
This growling demonic voice speaks.
No, not this one. Gerard. Yes. Gerard.
The voice commands you to let your mind drift back to a pivotal moment in your life. Something you try to avoid thinking about, try to avoid people knowing about, but the realities of its impact have had such ramifications on your life that you can't avoid it. The voice notices what you're thinking and speaks more clearly.
We aren't talking about you cheating your way through your exams, nor Waterman pulling strings to get you into the Leadership Academy. Your destiny was written earlier. You couldn't hide things from me as Martinez, and you can't hide now. Delve into the darkest recesses of your mind. The Soul Sector. The research facility.
Suddenly, you find yourself vividly there, in your 13-year-old body. You can hear your parents just down the hall. They're talking about some of their work. You're a bright kid. You can probably understand some of it, if they just give you the chance instead of putting you on guard duty. Do you stay at your post, or do you go to overhear them?
I walk a little closer to try and eavesdrop.
Yeah. So as you go to overhear them, the console that you were at pings with an alert. You're on guard duty. You could investigate the alert, then maybe your parents would see that you take things seriously, or you could, leave it for a chance that it's likely just something innocuous and just
Nothing
still
ever
try and listen
happens
in on
here.
them. Sorry?
Nothing ever happens here. I'm going to eavesdrop.
Yeah. So as you listen in on your parents, they're discussing the various qualities of different organisms, the different experiments that they've been doing, the different effectiveness of different sort of organic armor plating. And from behind you, the security console, you can hear an insistent beeping, and eventually one of the station's employees walks past. He gives you a quizzical look, goes to the security console, he presses a few buttons, and then, Lunamite. Hey, Huntingdale Jr., why didn't you hit to repel the frequency? Easiest way to get rid of these things.
Sorry, distracted. You're right,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, keep an eye out. They can chew through power cables if you don't hit them with anything.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry.
The rest of the day, it's kind of a blur, and the next day begins just like the day before. There's a dreamlike quality to it until, once again, you're at the security console, your parents speaking in the lab just too far away for you to pick out what they're saying. The sensor pings again. Do you take any action?
I do the quick burst, and then I go and eavesdrop. It takes 3 seconds.
The frequency of the emitter is not one the humans can hear, but on your monitor, you see this small sort of cat or dog sized critter scamper off from the research station as far as it can get, as quickly as it can. And again, you go to listen in on your parents' work. The rest of the day, the start of the next one is once again a dreamlike blur until you find yourself once again at the security console with a sensor ping once more. What thoughts are going through the adult Gerard's mind as he remembers or relives the monotony of his parents' lab so long ago?
Foreboding. He knows how it ends. Yeah. So am I in this as adult Gerard Huntingdale?
It's almost like you're going through that memory, but you don't have a choice as to whether or not to relive this memory. You're conscious as adult Gerard, but you're also kind of remembering the things that you did as a child.
Yeah. So my
Bizarre
consciousness
experience.
is trying so desperately hard to push the body in another direction, but it's just not happening. And once again, the pings are ignored, and
this time the sensor ping pulls you again out of your reverie, and that desire for things to go different intensifies because you remember this one. You remember the Lunamite skittering away, once again repelled by a sound you can't hear. You remember this day is different. After a short while, after you'd repelled it with a high-pitched sensor frequency, the sensor ping continued to repeat. At the time you thought, it must be broken, but the adult Gerard knows differently. After a while longer, perhaps young Gerard needed to go to the bathroom or get something to eat, and as he stepped out into the corridor, he heard a muffled voice from the complex's entry. "Breach bang and clear." You didn't have time to react as the door exploded inwards in a blinding flash of light, and only a moment later, you were robbed of sight and hearing by a flashbang grenade. It's probably fortunate that those two explosions back-to-back knocked you to the ground as a squad of soldiers walked in. One checked you for weapons and handcuffed you, and they continued on. You remember this, the first time you experienced it. What's going through either young Gerard's mind or adult Gerard's mind as you lay dazed, disoriented, and handcuffed on the floor with soldiers walking through the complex that was your home?
I think at this point, like, if the rest of everyone else is looking at Gerard, he is like physically shaking. Yeah, he's as terrified of it now as he was in the moment when it happened.
And perhaps even more terrified because you know what's coming.
Yeah.
You hear the gunshots ring out from your parents' lab. After a few more moments, there's an ominous quiet. The soldiers had finished clearing the facility, and at least as far as you could tell, you were the sole survivor. The soldier's commander walked over to you, and this is strange. This is a memory that's burnt into your mind, perhaps the most traumatic event in your life. But it was a man that approached you, and this is a woman. Pale skin, black hair that's slicked to her head and tied behind her head. Her uniform kind of flickers between colonial marine combat armor and some kind of ED suit. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's ridged across the torso like an external rib cage with lines, holes, and plates that remind you of the hive you walked through in the cave system. Your memory shifts, shudders. The words the commander spoke to you change even as you remember them. The figure in the EV suit speaks. Thou were part of the plan. Siblings were not. Better to prevent them. Your pain an inevitable consequence. When the time cometh for thy choice, know that thy creation was with purpose. And as the light fades and the world darkens again, that deep, infernal voice speaks once more.
Go with her.
A crackling green light covers your vision, and as these words echo in your thoughts, you feel yourself brought back to Bessy's jewel, and the rest of you all, having seen Gerard stay unmoving for only a few moments, see the light flicker out from Gerard's arm and dissipate. So all you guys have seen is just there was this wave of light kind of comes through the station, coalesces, goes into Gerard. He stiffens for a moment, he starts shaking, and then it comes out and fades.
Gerard staggers back and just like sits down on the floor against the wall.
Have we seen anything like this before?
You have not.
Dr. Penny, do you mind looking over Mr. Huntingdale? He seems to have been injured.
I was just thinking the same thing. Mr. Huntingdale, do you mind?
No, it's okay. I'm fine. I need a moment. Go do your things. I'll meet you in the command module. It's fine.
No. Coming up to him, and whether he likes it or not, giving him a once-over, checking his eyes.
Yeah, medical aid, please.
Yeah.
Harv is going to be looking around, and he will say, "This is curious. The signal that was sent through went through the same spectrum, electromagnetic spectrums that the Monolith was sending off, which suggests that the Monolith is aware of our presence here on the Jewel.
Which means it's probably on its way."
What exactly happened to you, Mr. Huntingdale?
I don't know. Just overcome with a wave of nausea, I suppose. But I'm fine. Just need a sec. It'll pass.
Penny, what'd you get?
I pushed it, so I'm going to say that me pushing it was like me just like keeping him down as he's like clearly does not want to be a part of it, but I still got nothing.
Nothing. It's kind of hard to do a medical examination on someone who's resisting being examined. It doesn't look like he's trying to hide anything as he does that. It's more just that he's just like, I don't need this. Get off me. I'm not interested.
No symptoms, Mr. Huntingdale?
No.
Okay.
Aside from the nausea that you mentioned.
It's fine. I just need a sec.
It is not fine. We do not know what this is. We do not know anything about it. As far as I am concerned, you may be infected, Mr. Huntingdale.
Infected with what?
With whatever that light gave you.
Yes,
Light.
Huntingdale, you've got to understand that from our point of view, you got hit by a light, started shaking, and then the light disappeared from your body, and you say you are fine.
Yeah, well, that... If you say it was the same as the Monolith, that was doing weird stuff to us. So it's probably just that.
It was hurting us. Are you hurt? You do not look hurt.
No. But,
what weird stuff was the Monolith doing to us?
Do you remember the burning?
Yeah, the flashing light, the burning.
Yeah. So did it burn you on the inside?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel burnt. But it's
perhaps
clearly
an open
different.
Examination may be better. Is there a med bay here?
It's clearly different to the parasite thing we saw in the caves. So nothing to worry about.
And what
there.
opinion are you basing that on, Mr. Huntingdale? What information, what data do you pull that from?
Well, one was underground, one wasn't. One's following us through space, clearly. And I don't think random parasites can do that.
I don't think we know enough about anything at the moment to make such hasty conclusions.
I know a thing about XX121, and this is not that.
That is true. You do. All right.
I will keep an eye on you.
Sure.
And keep your distance from Elena, please, Mr. Huntingdale.
Rowan grabs Elena by
pleasure.
the shoulder and just like moves them closer together and further away from Gerard.
Thank you, Rowan.
Sure. Is the plan still for Harv and Rowan to go into the cryopods and for the rest to head to the storage room?
Sure.
No. Not for Elena. No. I think I would rather be with Elena.
And
No
Zhao.
offense, Gerard. Yes, and Zhao. No offense, Gerard. I think you should maybe go with Harv.
I can keep an eye on Mr. Huntingdale, make sure his symptoms don't develop, and if they do, deal with the problem.
No,
quickly.
Harv, bring it to my attention. I have the medical knowledge. Do not just kill Huntingdale for the sake of killing Huntingdale.
It's okay. He'll struggle.
Harv, you aren't looking in the best of shape, just so you know.
Please promise me that if you know of any symptom, you bring that to me before doing any dealing with its actions.
That is quite a hasty leap for me to kill Huntingdale. I just merely said I would deal with the problem.
It's not really. He used me
You've
as a
been
test
threatening
subject.
to kill us the entire time. I mean, not threatening to kill us, but threatening to leave us behind and let us die. So you got to reach me where I'm at, okay, Harv? I'm trying here. I'm really trying.
Very well, Dr. Penny. I promise not to kill Mr. Huntingdale. Does that make you
Thank
easier?
you. That makes it sound like you don't understand the concept of a promise, but I'm going to trust in you. Okay, let's go.
I appreciate it.
I can't do this. I'm walking, taking Zhao with me to walk down to the storage area.
Okay.
You've got to reach me where
Penny
I'm
and Zhao going to the storage and corridor. Who else is going?
I'm going with Penny and
Red.
Zhao and Elena.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I can't
Harv and
leave the
Huntingdale
kids
into the
with-
cryopods.
Yay.
Okay.
We'll have some bonding time. It'll be fun.
As Harv shoves me into a cryopod and turns
Boy
around.
trip.
We'll look at the cryopods first. The lighting embedded in the room's white, partially padded walls is dimmer than other areas of the station. Aside from this, the room looks very similar to the others. And you can see the 10 cryopods. Also in the room is an old model android. Looks like a Seegson. Harv, I'm not sure what your opinions are on the Seegson models. They are objectively inferior in terms of processing, and they weren't designed with the ability to pass as humans, with faces clearly made of polymer alloys and minds that carry out processes without the capacity for higher level decision making. What would Harv think of Seegson androids?
I think you've put it very, very aptly. Inferior, but also a useful tool. But yeah, I think, look, he's not going to be, like, he's going to note that android is there, but his attention is fully on Huntingdale and monitoring Huntingdale and making sure that Huntingdale is not displaying anything strange that may be a threat.
Huntingdale isn't displaying anything more stranger than usual. Huntingdale, what you see obviously is Harv keeping his eyes on you. There is an android that's standing quite close to the entrance to the room, and then further back in the room you can see the cryopods.
The android is not powered on, that's right? Or
as in the android?
Yeah.
It is dead still. It's not moving.
Good. Cool.
Are you going to keep your distance? Or are you going to approach it? What are you doing?
I'm probably not approaching it, but I'm not like necessarily giving it a wide berth. I think Gerard is distracted and like he's here looking at the cryopods, but he's not really paying attention to them, you know?
I'll get a mobility roll, please, just to see how close you go to the android.
Sure. Am I adding stress to this?
Yeah. Whatever your regular mobility roll would be.
1 success.
Okay. I think you're probably going to be close enough with a 1 success that you go close enough by and it kind of jolts up and its torso angles just a little bit, not quite towards you, a little bit off, and it looks like it's trying to look at you, and it says, welcome, 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 welcome. And its repetition of speech of the word welcome gets faster and faster and higher pitched until it is just a continuous screech. And I will need from both Harv and Gerard a either close combat or mobility roll, please.
Sure.
Man, I could have smacked it with my maintenance jack.
Missed opportunity.
Fresh, nothing.
Is.
1 success and 2 1s on stress dice.
Ooh. Okay. Fortunately, neither of you take damage as this thing looks like it's about to explode and then kind of like collapses and falls apart in the chair that it's in. But obviously it looked like and felt like it was about to explode, and that's a stressful experience. So I will get just 1 stress response roll from you, please, Gerard. D6 plus stress minus resolve.
Yep. That's 7.
7.
Yep.
Ooh.
I hate that tone. I hate it.
Instead, your action fails, regardless of any successes you rolled. This thing didn't roll any successes on the explosion damage, but I'm going to say to give you a consequence of rolling such a high stress roll, you do take 1 damage.
Yep.
And you gain 1 stress.
Awesome.
As maybe when it was, let's say when it was repeating welcome, when it started screeching, you went over to try and find an off switch, and as it melted down, it heated up and burnt your hand a little.
Sure.
So you've burnt your hand. You're okay. It's a minor injury. Now you're in this room with the 10 cryopods.
That is a Seegson model, rather inferior, and it explains possibly why it decided to explode. Are you okay, Mr. Huntingdale?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can I, yeah, actually, I'll say, Huntingdale, do you mind looking over the cryopods? I'm going to look over at our friend here to see exactly why they decided to. What kind of damage caused this?
Sure.
And I'm just going to observe I'm going to look at the remains of the android to see, like, you know, what the cause was in terms of...
I'm not even going to let you roll for this. It's melted. It's a pile of slag at this point.
Okay, so there's nothing for me to, like, look at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, the 6 of these cryopods are broken, is that right?
Yes. If I could get either a Comtech or heavy machinery roll from you.
Sure. Okay, 3 successes, a 1 on the stress dice.
Cool. Roll your stress response.
Keep rolling 6s. That's 7 again.
Stop being so stressed, mate.
Yeah,
I would love to.
You aren't focused.
Just stop being stressed.
You can't concentrate on this, and instead of actually looking at the cryopods, you're standing next to them and you're just watching Harv as he stares, as he examines this thing. Okay, this is slag. There's not getting anything there. And then he looks up and it's just a little unnerving, him looking at you like that. Harv, you see Gerard walk over to the cryopods like he's going to take a look at them and then just kind of stop and look at you.
Is there a problem, Mr. Huntingdale?
Oh, no, sorry. I'm
No,
good.
it seems like there's a problem. I've asked you to do a task, and you have yet to do it. Unfortunately, I could not get much from the slag.
Yeah, there's not much going on with the pods either. Some are broken, some are working.
So you did look at the pods.
Yeah. They're fine. Yeah. Yep.
Do not lie to me, Mr. Huntingdale. Lying is bad. As he
it's
smiles and
off.
begins marching towards Huntingdale.
I'm gonna take a couple of steps back as he does that. I'm just like a bit.
Mr.
Right?
Huntingdale, what is the problem?
Nothing. I'm good.
No, clearly there is a problem. As I said, lying is bad.
Yeah, well, it's not a problem that you have to worry about, so it's fine.
Oh, no. Elena is on this vessel as well, Mr. Huntingdale. So any issues that may arise are a problem, including your current condition. As you sort of stops and just looks at him with an unnerving look.
There's a lot fucking going on here. I know I can't expect you to understand the concept of human emotions, but just fucking drop it.
How
okay?
astute of you, Mr. Huntingdale. Many humans tend to ascribe that I understand emotions, but you have clearly deduced that I do not.
Which part of fucking drop it do you not understand?
Wow. I do not need to be a master of emotions to understand that you are quite high-strung right now, Mr. Huntingdale. So how about you take a seat, calm down, and I will look over the pods for you to make sure that everything is okay. You can trust me, Mr. Huntingdale.
Gerard's just gonna walk out of the cryo chamber. He's gonna leave.
Okay, we will cut back to that in a moment, but we'll go over to Rowan, Penny, Elena, and Zhao. As you walk into the storage corridor. As the map indicates, it's a corridor with storage. It maintains the octagonal design of the other corridors. However, this one's larger. There's a bit of space to move around in, though there are certain sections that are narrowed by the presence of some lockers.
I think Penny, because she's leading the way, is doing a full observation, double checking there's nothing weird in here, that the noise didn't come from here, before really letting anyone into the space.
Yeah, okay. Roll observation. What are Elena and Rowan doing?
Is Elena still shaking?
Yeah.
Can I tell? Yeah. I'm reassuring Elena by physical touch and patting her, rubbing her back, and whispering things oh, we're just gonna take a look around here. I'm sure Gerard's gonna be fine. I'm sure Harv's gonna be fine. She's just kind of whispering, to try and help Elena feel better. Zhao is also there, so Zhao is hearing it, but Rowan's not touching Zhao the way that I'm assuming Zhao is touching Elena, and then Rowan's touching
some capacity.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a little line, so that's kind of what's happening. So Rowan is more focused on the kids.
Could I
while
get observation
Penny is doing
rolls
that.
from Rowan and Elena, please?
Sure.
Penny, you're kind of going through the different lockers, and it takes a little bit of time because it's storage for the entire station. But once you're about a third of the way through, you can kind of tell everything here from the entire station's been cleared out. It's likely that all of these lockers are empty.
Yeah, and there's no signs of movement or anything that I can see.
No signs of movement that you can see. Nothing other than there's a bunch of empty lockers here.
Yeah.
Rowan, you kind of see this, but Elena, and this kind of works for your characters, you are keenly aware that Zhao is quietly crying.
She, would kind of hug him as he's crying.
He kind of he lets you.
Oh, Zhao.
And obviously she's aware of what's happened, and she's so very protective of him because she still, to this time, I guess she feels that this is her fault with the whole thing in the field. I know that obviously the monolith likely would have arrived regardless, and this kind of stuff would have happened anyway. She doesn't know that. She's just concerned that she's fucked all of this up and has made everyone get killed by aliens. And a big angry monolith.
And Rowan, how would you react seeing this almost guilt across Elena's face as she goes to comfort Zhao. You don't really know why she would be feeling guilty, but she looks...
I think Rowan's
you can
going...
read that emotion.
I think Rowan's going to assume that, you know, she's a kid, and I think kids tend to think that things are their fault when they're not. No matter like what, like if things go wrong around them, kids tend to just like feel like it's on them, like they did something wrong. So Rowan's just gonna, you know, as Elena is hugging Zhao, Rowan, you know, 6 foot tall, broad shouldered, you know, these 2 little kids. She's just gonna like, you know, pick them both up in her arms and just hold them and, you know, reassure them and say, you know, it's not your fault. You're just kids. You know, bad things sometimes happen to good people. You know, we're gonna get through this. You have people here who are looking out for you. And she's just saying reassuring things to both of them while holding them in her strong arms.
Could I get an empathy roll, please?
You're actually healing my inner child at this point.
I am also just now realizing that the character I have created does not match my stats.
That's fine. Make it a +1. Sorry. So add an extra die.
Thank you.
Too bad in this case it is actually the child's fault.
We don't know.
Never
the
the
corporation's
child's
fault
fault.
for allowing children to go onto a mining site.
Imagine being so incompetent that you let a child just
Yeah,
get
those
into a
security
massive
guys
mechanical
lose their
drill.
jobs.
Rach,
You're right.
please. Rach.
I have no successes, but if I push it, that
You gain
increases
1
my stress level, right?
And then you
I'm gonna
roll with an extra die.
I'm gonna push it so that I get 4 die.
Yeah. Did you get a 1
My
on your
stress
stress?
die was a 1, but I did get 1 success.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Great.
Add your current stress level and subtract your resolve, which is
0.
just down underneath. 0. Yeah, you're
0.
you're stressed, but it's fine. You can deal with it. And
Where do I
for-
record my stress level at?
See
I just have a
just
little
above your
sticky
health
pad.
and just below your stats.
Oh, there it is.
There's a stress
Great.
level thing there.
Okay.
Sim, remove a stress.
Hello. Yay!
As you feel comforted by Muscle Mummy Rowan.
I thought that would help.
Obviously. Yeah. Am I still shaking if I've removed stress? permanent
No.
thing?
It was that your only stress response at the moment.
Yeah.
So you are no longer shaking.
Yay!
You no longer have your -2 to agility.
Yes.
But don't celebrate too.
Shut up.
Of course.
quickly,
I'm celebrating what I want.
because it's at this moment that Gerard walks through. And Harv, you, I guess, are watching Gerard walk out, and there's kind of like that T corridor, and you can see Gerard, you can see, and that Gerard can see them, and there's another pulse of light that flashes through the station.
Marching towards Mr.
And-
Huntingdale.
Sorry?
Marching towards Mr. Huntingdale.
Oh, you don't have time because this flash
It
of
doesn't
light
matter.
happened.
Just that is what my action is. I am marching towards. So we'll say that I'm like frozen in place, like as everything goes into slow motion.
Yeah, my intention is to
Yeah.
get on the
Yeah.
other side of all of the.
It mists
hug-
through the
hug.
air, coalesces, and you see it go past Huntingdale towards the others. Just as before, it collects itself together. This time it jumps to Penny. Penny, you stiffen up as Gerard did. Your vision goes black and you're drawn back into your memories. Back in the UPP some years ago during medical school. In front of you is a corpse. Over your face is a mask, and in your hand a scalpel. The corpse is an extrasolar specimen, an alien insect, part of the swarm that ravaged LVKR-115. Given your interest in xenobiology and in the effects of alien organisms on humans, it's likely that after graduating, you could see yourself getting a grant to study them, maybe working on an anti-venom. Your lab partner approaches, Victor, you remember him. He says, Penny, what are you doing still working on this? You know fatigue will hurt your exam scores.
Victor, I have to get as much information as I can from this.
Oh, come on, we have plenty of time to turn in our reports. Live a little.
No, I feel like there's something more I can get. I'm not figuring it out yet.
You get it more if you have a sleep, if you have a party, meet some good people. Come on, lighten up. Come party with us. Come to Mikhail's tonight.
I don't want to be distracted.
Okay, but you should learn to relax. You'll give yourself an early grave from all this stress, no?
I will relax once I've graduated.
Okay. He walks off and
Fine.
he clasps hands with someone who's walking past him to speak with you. Your brother, Heath, approaches. Benny, sister, you still working?
Yes, not you too. Yes, of course I'm still working.
No, it's okay. But you do have that class in pharmaceuticals this semester, yes?
Yes.
What's going through present-day Penny's mind? What's she feeling as she...
Present day Penny is like I think everyone will see that her stiff body just tears, still face but tears coming streaming down her face, because internally she is screaming and crying and thrashing about the confines of her mind, wanting to look away and not see Heath in front of her.
Your heart aches. This memory feels so real. You feel like you're present in your UPP university lab. There's part of you that's still aware this can't be real. You saw Heath die. He continues, oblivious apparently to his own demise. After pharmaceuticals class, maybe you can drop something from the secure cabinet? I can pick them up, give them back to you at Mikhail's tonight?
Drop something?
Yeah, just, these accidents happen. We can have a big fun night, maybe make a little money too.
I wasn't planning on going to Mikhail's tonight.
No, you will come to Mikhail's tonight.
I've got a point to body thing.
It is week 3 of the semester. This is due at the end of semester.
Yes, but it's like a puzzle that I have to... I feel compelled to solve.
A puzzle. A puzzle that you need an open mind? Perhaps the kind of open mind that you can get from the pharmaceutical cabinet?
Perhaps I should be stressing a little less.
Okay, I like this.
But nothing extreme. I'm not getting anything ridiculous, you understand?
Or if you do, maybe we sell those ones and take the milder ones, no?
I don't want to be kicked out of this school before I get the chance to graduate.
Victor and I will take care of it all. You don't worry, okay?
I shouldn't worry about you trying to take care of it all.
Well, I take care of you. And with that eye roll, there's almost that, okay, whatever, and still the now Penny, her heart is broken. Your memory flashes forward. It's after graduation now. You worked at a lab with Heath and Victor, and while they were competent, it's clear that your dedication to your studies has made you the most talented both researcher and practitioner. As you experience this next memory, you remember what's about to happen. You know this day. It was a day that changed the course of your life. Heath approaches you in the lab, and for a moment you see him with his long hair, his stubble. He's wearing a camo flak jacket with his left arm tucked into it, almost like a sling. There's something strange about his arm, but before you can put more thought into it, he holds out a document in his right hand and he says, General Hernandez, the intel summary. This is everything we know about the Seven Flames so far. I hope my loyalty remains unquestioned. Wait, what? You shake your head for a moment. You see Heath as he was that day in his lab coat. He's holding out a passcode scrawled on a piece of paper. Penny, this is our big break. I got access to some classified material. Xenobiological specimen that hasn't even been acknowledged to exist yet. If we can study this, we can find some discovery, some way it can help people. Take this. I will keep watch. You and Victor. Yes. You and Victor make a copy. We can complete our research the old-fashioned way. Pen and paper, no?
Yes, we can be pen and paper. What is this? I start fully focused on that as Penny would have been, while internal Penny is like, look at your brother.
Yeah. So you access the lab's database connected terminal. You pull up the entry. It's lucky the lab's quiet because the security level on these files is much higher than what you typically have authority for.
Holy shit.
In the room, it's just you, Victor, Heath waiting at the door. There's the maintenance android, a couple of other researchers at various terminals. You access the file, the password works. You send it to be printed. The printer applies ink to paper. It makes a mechanical groan as each line is printed. I'd like an observation check, please.
Okey-dokey. Zilch and a 1 on my stress die.
Yeah, okay. In that case, one moment, please. You are so focused on getting a scan, looking through the research, seeing if there's anything that you can determine while it prints out, that the first thing you hear is a scream of agony. And you turn around and see that one of the researchers working at a lab, Hayden was his name, you remember now, is standing there with his lower jaw torn off his face and the android holding it in his hand. Chaos explodes. People are screaming. People from other labs have come in to see what's happening. The android is continuing its spree of unchecked violence. You've managed to grab the half-printed file from the printer. The door to your right is open. You're pretty close to it, but in the commotion, you've become separated from Victor. You could escape. You could take Heath with you, but it would mean leaving Victor behind.
Penny looks at like the carnage, the blood dripping onto the floor, people running around, looks to the exit, grabs Heath, grabs the paper in the other hand, and just bolts out of there.
As you go out, you look back and you see the android has grabbed Victor's arm and severed it at the elbow. There's a flurry of activity as security rush towards the android while lab managers, researchers, and assistants run the other way. One lab assistant puts her arms around you, and as you look at her, this stays carved into your memory. She wasn't wearing an exosuit, certainly not one that looked so biomechanical. She was pale, but she didn't have black hair, slicked to a scalp and tied behind her head. Your memory shudders, and she says,
"Our ways are certain, though not precise, and thy genes are the ones we seek, not those of thy brother. Today will not be the only heartache you suffer. Pain is unavoidable, but know that thy creation was with purpose, and your pain will make us strong."
There is part of you that feels a desire to stay in this false world of memory. This world where Heath is still with you. Maybe you could say yes to one of the times Ruby asked you for a drink, because in this world that hasn't happened yet. Maybe you could locate the Sabbat before you don't even know what that means. You're Penelope. Maybe you could do things differently. Maybe you could not be a slave to forces beyond your control. But as vividly as you experience this world, it is only a memory, and your return to reality, to a world where you were unable to save Heath, is heart-wrenching as the light sparks from you and fades.
Fuck off! Leave me alone!
Dr. Penny?
What just happened?
We saw a light coalesce around you. You froze. You started crying, so I'm assuming you're in pain. And then moments later, it dissipates and leaves you. Same thing that happened with Gerard.
Huntingdale. Yes. I look to Huntingdale and give him like a kind of skeptical, but also the skeptic look turns into one of empathy and one of like, I'm sorry that happened to you. And then looks back. Not physical pain, emotional pain.
What do you mean emotional pain?
I was forced to relive some very painful memories.
To what end?
I don't know. I saw terrible things happen. I saw my brother, and then I saw something that wasn't part of my memory. I thought a different person told me something. There's something about my genes. I am so confused. Did that happen to you, Huntingdale? Did you experience your memories?
Yeah.
Such a closed up shell. Of course you didn't tell us.
Harv, you are now walking towards Huntingdale, but you hear this conversation.
Curious. The monolith seems to be sending some kind of message. You mentioned something about genes.
Yeah, something about my genes are wanted and I will experience great heartbreak. You know, just casual shit.
Very curious indeed.
I start like checking my own pulse and like doing my own like random vitals to make sure that nothing
Medical
else
aid.
has happened.
Medical aid.
Yeah.
Well, there is one positive from this little event. Mr. Huntingdale, you are now in the clear. I no longer have suspicions over you because of Dr. Penny's openness over her experience.
So fucking positive.
I'm glad you agree.
You're shaken up, but medically you're fine.
Oh, I did get one of my stress dice. Can you
Okay.
roll that up?
In that case, maybe you're not fine. Roll a
Yeah.
roll a d6.
Heart attack.
Add your stress level, subtract your resolve.
The 6.
6.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
You actually, you know what? This is probably thematically appropriate. You are deflated.
Yep.
You've just gone through this experience where you were able to see Heath again, and now you're back to the real world, and he's not here, and he's never going to be here again. And so you cannot push any skill rolls.
Ooh, okay. I'll
How
write
do you
that
heal
down.
these things again? Is it just
Recover a stress level.
Okay.
How do you recover a stress level besides a big, strong Dami
we may be doing that in a second, because I would like to do an analysis over this whole thing.
Oh, true.
And possibly look into what the whole deal is with the message with genes and all that, because this is clearly an alien
Unless
thing.
you fail.
Unless
you fail.
And then it's
And we all gain a stress.
I'm assuming you'll allow me to do an analysis on this.
Yeah.
On this.
Yeah.
Come on, I've been rolling trash this whole game.
You need new dice.
Two successes. So everyone in my vicinity loses 1 stress.
Yes. Which means that
great.
anyone who has a stress response can remove 1 stress response.
Okay. So I get to ask 2 questions.
You can. The questions are, is it human or alien? Is it dead or alive? How old is it? What is its purpose? How does it work? What problems could it cause?
What is its purpose?
What is its purpose? Yeah.
So this is one that's difficult to ascertain with the, I guess with the limited information that's been shared with you. But Penny did say something about there being, someone said something with genes. So it appears to be a method of sending a message.
Okay. I would like. Can I hold on that second question for me to do a follow up with Dr. Penny?
Nope,
Just a
you may not.
quick, I just want to do a quick follow up.
You may not.
God damn. Okay. What problems could it cause?
The light and the experiences appear to not cause any physical harm. They could potentially cause psychological distress, having to relive traumatic memories. And also there's the ability, you've observed both that Huntingdale kind of froze and stood in the moment. If they're in the middle of something when this happened, could be problematic.
Well, it definitely seems like a message of some kind. The monolith is trying to tell us something. Dr. Penny, you mentioned that there was someone there that you didn't remember. A memory that wasn't yours, perhaps?
I wouldn't say that exactly. It was in my memory. They manipulated an aspect of it so that a message was given via someone who was in the memory, but they were changed, replaced, and gave a different message.
Perhaps that is the key. Do you mind going into a bit of detail? And Mr. Huntingdale, perhaps you can enlighten us on your memories and what may have been changed.
We may only need the message. What was the message that was given to you, Penny, and you, Gerard?
Like I said, it was something about my specific genes being wanted, not that of my brothers, and that there will be more Heartbreak.
Are you purposefully
Was there
omitting
anything-
the Sabbat and the Seven Flames?
Ooh, do I mention the Sabbat and the Seven Flames? That's a very good point. I think Penny's being open now and is very confused by it.
Yeah,
so I will say, there was also something that didn't make any sense. Something about have any of you ever heard the term Sabbat or Seven Flames or something to do with the control of them or the name Hernandez?
Well, the number 7 is a religious number. Sabbat could also mean Sabbath, which is the day of religious observation. So there seems to be a religious bend to this, which lends credence to the theory that I am formulating in my head of what this monolith exactly is.
Religious-based.
Put simply, it is possibly the god that has created you all.
I'm sorry you say that the line of light thing is
I'm sorry.
a god.
Gods
not-
aren't real.
I think
Well,
God has
then-
left us behind.
What do you postulate was your origin, Rowan?
Not a god.
Not a god.
I don't believe there's any singular origin. I believe the fact that we can see that, there are different things out there show us that things arrive at different times in different ways. I don't believe, in your case, we are your god. But, in this case,
how
I think it's
disappointing
a
that
little bit
is.
more.
As an
Fair.
android, you believe in a higher power.
No, I merely believe that there are higher levels of being. You misinterpret me when I say God. I do not mean an all-knowing, all-seeing creator. What I am postulating here is that there is a hierarchy of being, and possibly we are dealing with something that is on a higher level of being than ourselves.
I see.
So, like a really powerful alien?
Yes,
Yeah,
in a sense.
basically.
Okay,
The
then yes, I think that thing is
station's
an alien.
alarm sound pings.
What alarm?
So the station speakers play an alarm sound, and its AI voice announces.
Anomaly detected. Cycling airlock.
We should get to Command Central, right? That will be able to
Yes.
tell us what the fuck that is, right?
Yes.
Sorry, excuse my language.
And Rowan and I can make our way to the EVA on the other side.
I will remind you, Harv, you didn't end up taking a look at the cryopods.
That's fine. That's fine. I've given up on the cryopods at this stage.
All right. So, moving now with Harv and Rowan going to the EVA suits in the middle on the right. Everyone else heading to the command module.
We know how many EVA suits there are. Are there enough for everybody?
You don't know.
Okay. Perhaps it's
We
worth
know that
checking.
there's 2 icons on the screen, so there's 2 locations, but we
Two
don't know how
locations
many are
where
in each.
EVA suits are usually stored.
Perhaps we should all get into one, because if the airlock's going to cycle, and the ship is clearly not in the best state, we want to be prepared for any kind of depressurization.
If there's enough.
When
If not, the cryopods are an option.
as Rowan says, is there enough? Harv is just going to march directly to the EVA thing on his own. Unless anyone else follows, he's just going to march to see how many there are.
Ooh.
I'll follow.
I mean, Rowan's following Harv because they need to go and do the repairs.
And with everyone going, Elena is obviously, whilst fairly brave, still not keen to be left on her own. So, also
Yep.
follows.
Zhao is also joining us, I will say.
Yeah. Zhao goes where Penny and Elena go.
Yeah.
Cool. So, just confirming, Harv is walking off first. Rowan, I guess, shortly thereafter, and then Penny, Elena, Zhao, and Gerard heading. I guess everyone's heading in the same direction to begin with, but then turning off as you reach that sort of central section.
Yep.
One moment. We will take a look with, I think, Penny, Elena, Zhao, and Gerard first. As you enter the command module, it's dominated by a few rows of terminals alongside a path along the center, to a core command terminal at the front. From where you are, you can kind of see a little bit over some of the terminals. Most of them look like they're turned off. There's office-style chairs on wheels strewn about. You can't quite see below a certain level past the terminals because there's rows of them. At the core command terminal, there's a green glow indicating the terminal's active, but all of the other ones are dark.
There's no windows by any chance, are there, to see what's happening on the outside of the ship?
Yeah, there will be from this one.
Okay.
Up near the core command terminal, behind it, there's kind of like a open view of space, and all you see is space.
Okay, yeah. Penny can't really do much tech stuff. Not her strong suit, so I am going to be looking out the window mostly to see if I can see what that anomaly was.
Mm-hmm. Observation roll, please.
Yep.
And Gerard and Elena, what are you doing?
Gerard would like to get into the main terminal, sort of do a bit of a diagnostic to make sure that everything is okay and that he is going to be able to fix the comms when the hardware's back up.
What I'll say is that without rolling, you're able to understand that this particular command module is going to be the only place on the station that can interact with hypercoms. So if you were wanting to do whatever software repairs are necessary, I'd need a Comtech roll here.
Sure.
Penny, what did you get?
1.
A 1. Yeah, with a 1, you are looking around and you sort of go over to the console that Gerard's at before he gets to it, and you bring up the map to have a look at the map again, and you see that all the airlocks are on the other side of the station. So this window is looking out that way. All of the airlocks are there, so there's not really going to be anything that you can see.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Gerard, what'd you get? And Elena, what are you doing?
Is counting dice. So
sorry.
looking around for context clues as to like if there's been any recent activity, like is everything, covered in dust, so to speak. I don't know if that's
observation roll, please.
But yeah.
Yeah, 3 successes, 1 on a stress dice.
Yeah, okay. So roll your stress response.
6.
6.
Jesus Christ.
You
Tom, get new dice.
I'm
He's
just
too
stressed.
stressed.
Yeah.
Did you take anti-stress drugs last session?
I don't know.
I vaguely remember that being the case.
I think
but
you might have.
Was, I think, near the end? No, was it? No, near the... It was before some other things happened.
Yeah.
It was after we got out of the cave, like in between the cave and the outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason that I ask is if you take it again, there's negative consequences.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you can take it again. You can ask Penny for another hypo, but...
Do I know what the consequences are?
Yeah. It's
What are they?
in the written warning label. Phoebe, do you have the clip that I sent you that tells you about, I think it's Naprolev? But while
me have a
you're
quick look.
doing that, I'll talk through what's happening with Gerard. He takes a look at the software for the comms, and he's just thinks to himself, this is going to be such a frustrating experience. I know how to fix it. It's just going to take like 4 hours of me working at this. And so you are deflated. You cannot push any skill rolls.
I am already fatigued as well. Does that matter?
No, it doesn't interact with deflated, but you can sit here, but like it's going to take you like 4 hours to get this thing up and running.
If you do take another dose, it will give you a -1 dice to all skill rolls until the end of the shift, which I think is end of session in this.
Well, it'd be until he's like if he sits here, just doing his Comtech programming, it would be until the end of that. If he's interrupted, then whatever he's doing while he's interrupted.
Yeah.
Perhaps I might, if you have any left, then take another one.
I do have one left, so
thanks.
Note that down. Your stress is gone. Your stress responses are gone. You feel yourself perked up, but you kind of want another one. You're not really stressed. You just kind of, it makes you feel good. You kind of want to take another one. Elena, what did you get for your
one success?
Yeah, it's doesn't take a lot. You are kind of looking around. You do see there's not a lot of dust because the station's automated. There's not people here. There's not sort of skin cells and things to create dust, but there's like a little thin layer of dust, and you can feel pretty confident that there hasn't really been anything moving through here for quite a long time. We will jump over to Harv and Rowan. Harv and Rowan, you enter into what is just a small area with some escape pods. There's also a standard airlock, and on the wall there is a just like a coat hanger style locker. It's closed at this point in time, but also in the room is a humanoid figure sitting on the floor, still, and not moving, unmoving to a degree beyond human. It is an android. It's one of the Seegson models.
Another Seegson model. Keep a wide berth, Rowan. The last one we encountered exploded, and I believe Mr. Huntingdale got injured from it.
Of course he did. Okay, great. Another robot to deal with.
Though I will let you know that I do not explode like those ones, so you do not have to worry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Sitting kind of between the escape pods and the locker with that may or may not have EVA suits.
And I saw the explosion before. It wouldn't, like, if it explodes, it's not going to damage any the walls or anything like that.
The other one kind of just melted down on the spot. So you're aware that depending on the method of failure for an android, it may just shut down and not move. It may melt down like that. It may be a bigger explosion. You don't know.
I'll turn to Rowan and I'll say, I will inspect the android. Perhaps you should look at the EVA suits, but please ensure that there is at least one for Elena.
Of course.
And then he'll move.
Can I even approach the suits?
Not without getting relatively close to this thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll first inspect it then.
Either observation or contact. I'll leave it to you, what you choose.
Can I connect my little devicey to it?
Let's see what happens when you get close enough first.
Okay. So do I roll my Comtech now?
Either observation or Comtech. Yeah.
We'll go observation.
Rowan's just like sitting in the back with her maintenance jack at the ready in case she has to smack it.
Yeah.
Well, 2 successes.
Yeah, cool. Even from a distance, you can kind of see this one is completely powered down. It's a chunk of metal and plastic at this point in time. What you do get is from a bit of an unusual logo on it. It's actually a combined Seegson Weyland Yutani joint venture. Pretty rare models. They're not particularly valuable. They're a relic of a brief period where it looked like there might have been a merger between Weyland Yutani and Seegson that fell apart. And they were known to be a little bit less reliable models.
This is an antique. It is a Seegson and Weyland Yutani joint venture, which happened some time ago, which explains why they are quite twitchy. I do not foresee this being a problem. You are free to go and look at the EVA suits, and I will try to connect into the android itself to see if there's like any data.
I won't make you roll. Its memory cores are corrupted beyond repair.
Memory cores corrupted beyond repair, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. Maybe you can use some of its pieces to like fix yourself or something, and then Rowan goes and focuses, like that's like an offhand comment by her. She doesn't know anything about robots.
Rowan just comes up and presses the button. The locker opens, and there are 2 EVA suits, both adult-sized.
Fortunately, Elena's not going to fit in any of these, Harv.
She might fit, but it'll just be a loose fit.
We came up with a creative solution to this back on the Folly. Both Zhao and Elena shared an EVA suit, so I can foresee that being a possibility. But that does leave a problem that that leaves no EVA suit for Dr. Penny or Mr. Huntingdale.
Well, there's still another area that we can check.
That is
and
true.
We still have cryopods that are an option.
Unfortunately, I did not have a chance to observe them. Mr. Huntingdale claimed that he observed them, but he seemed to be a little shaken. I'm not quite sure why, though.
That's because you're not a human, Harv. It's human to struggle.
Yes, but neither is the ship.
Situations.
Does the ship automatically make you uncomfortable? Or is it just because I can talk back to you?
I think it's because you can kill somebody if you deem it necessary, or short circuit, or...
Harv, you're aware that the ship's AI, if it wanted to, could just open all the airlocks and vent the entire station to space, if it made that decision.
Yeah, so then he'll bring up that point. And what if the ship's AI? It also could kill anyone if it really wished to. Could vent them all out into space with a malfunction or a short circuit thought. Or perhaps it brings us to another question. What about psychotic humans? I have seen many reports of serial killers within your history. Perhaps it's a little bit of projection on your part.
This is why I prefer staying on the ground, Harv. I'm not one for being up here in space. I much prefer my boots on the ground. I like feeling earth beneath my feet. I like having community and family and friends among that I can trust and that I know and that I've grown with. No offense, Harv. You're a useful tool.
I do not have the capacity to be offended.
Of course you don't. I'm just going to get into a suit, continuing to really not have an emotional response to him, because I don't view him as an emotional thing. I view him as I view my maintenance jack. I view him as I would view any of the tools that we would use on the surface of the Earth, or on the surface of the colony, except there is this element of unknown that she doesn't have complete control over him, and so she doesn't trust.
He's basically
that he will do the best thing.
ChatGPT, but he takes less water.
Yeah, he'll grab the other EVA suit, and he doesn't need to put it on, so he'll just kind of like plop it over his arm, and he'll say, "It seems as if my hypothesis earlier had rattled you."
A machine won't rattle me, Harv.
Well, you seem to be quite vehement against my theorem.
I more don't feel it necessary to convince a tool of its limitations.
Perhaps you're confused. I am more referring to my postulation that this monolith is of a higher level of being than yourself.
Higher level of being. If we stick to, it may have access and time to have developed in order to do things that we haven't yet, sure. I don't necessarily agree that means that it is a god or a creator. I would say that it is more of an alien that is using us for something. I think jumping to God is a little presumptuous with the information that we have gotten at this point. An alien that maybe needs humans or uses humans, sure.
I understand your opinion and your position on it, and you are speaking quite logically, so we'll keep an open mind. And he'll begin to like move out of the room, and he'll pause as he reaches the door, and he says, "I do find it curious, though, that as soon as we started talking about such things and theorizing about such things that the anomaly was detected. Do you not find that strange? Food for thought.
To be
and then
honest,
he just continues on.
Where are you guys going now?
Rowan wants to make sure that there's nothing else in this room first. If there are any other tools or things that she might need or that could be beneficial to the team, like
Observation roll,
flashlights.
please. Observation roll, please.
Yeah.
And Harv is just going to make it back to the command module to see what everyone else is up to.
I got 2 6s.
2 6s, yeah. I'll say that you do find a flashlight.
Oh, yes. Flashlight.
Cool.
Great.
It's also
And then I make my way out.
fully charged.
Great. I assumed it was. I should not have assumed that.
As you guys go into the command module, could I get an observation roll, please?
Certainly.
From everyone.
Great.
We're needing
I say no.
literally one success.
I have 0.
Zilch.
2 0 0 0 Sim.
Sorry, I dropped some stuff. Hang on.
Yeah. What I'll say, sorry, was that 2 for Gerard as well?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say Gerard's working away trying to get the hypercom software fixed, but he's frustrated with it. He's a little bit jittery because the Napralev is kicking in, and he's kind of looking around. He looks up. Harv, as you walk in, you're doing your normal thing. You are rational. You scan the area. And Elena, you catch Harv's eye and you see where Harv's gaze is fixed. And it's to one of the air ducts that runs across the ceiling of the room. And as you look at it, you see it sink down a little. No. And then that part pop up and sink down a little. Pop up and sink down a little. And there's actually a vent that's open to the air duct. Maybe it was having maintenance done on it. Maybe, they'd forgotten to put it back up before abandoning the station. And you see the tail of one of these creatures curl through as it walks past. In the air vents.
It appears
and continues on towards the end of the station that you commenced. It doesn't appear to have noticed you.
You guys.
What are they now?
It appears we have some company.
Hearing the tail.
You guys are forgetting
xenomorphs.
some rules.
Sorry?
You guys
we need to do a panic roll, right?
Because 3 of you have seen this thing and you need to do a panic roll.
And it is a xenomorph?
It is a xenomorph.
Right, yeah, sure. Panic roll is just
it's the same as a stress response roll, so D6 plus stress minus resolve, but the table is different and I need to find the table.
Being oblivious is great.
Thank God I didn't see it.
What a great time to take drugs.
And I don't have to do a panic roll because I'm an android. I don't have the capacity.
Right, I'll panic.
Oh yeah, you don't. You're calm.
Not me.
Just the child, the company
and
man.
Huntingdale, yeah, company man needs to too. What'd you get?
-1.
-1. You're fine, and maybe it's because you still have Napralev in your system.
You're high.
You're able to keep your cool.
You just think you're seeing something fun.
Yeah.
No, Kieran, don't make that noise.
Elena, you see it, and
no,
you
be a scream.
No,
jump
don't.
backwards. You stagger away, and there's a clatter as you knock over a couple of chairs. And
does she back away to me?
She backs away and she
Can I grab her?
bumps into you and you pick her up, but the noise is still made.
That's fine, as long as I can grab her.
For a few moments, the tale has gone on, and you're all holding, those of you who've seen this thing are holding your breath, watching it, and you see the elongated head of the xenomorph crawl to the edge, lower down, and start swaying side to side.
Okay,
No,
do we all
everyone else
see it
has to make
now?
a
Do we see this
fucking panic
now?
roll.
Let's go moment by moment.
Oh god.
What
All right.
Penny and Rowan, you see the others all looking
I'm
up.
holding Elena, looking
Yeah,
at
you're
Elena.
holding Elena. Elena's like looking up and like
Staring
squirming
at the
and like
vent, yeah.
not like
I'm gonna
fighting you.
follow. I'm gonna follow her eyesight, obviously,
Yeah,
so that I
okay.
can see what she sees.
You see the head of one of these creatures, and I'll need a panic roll from you, Penny.
See, everyone's freaking out. I grab Zhao, and I'm like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, and then you look up, and I'll need a panic roll from you as well.
Okay,
So it's
panic
D6
roll
plus
was
stress
D6.
minus resolve.
Yep.
D6
Staggering out of the panic rolls might make this worse.
plus stress, which is 0, minus resolve.
Yeah.
1.
I have
1.
bad news.
You're spooked by this thing, so you get 1 plus 1 stress.
Okay,
Penny,
that's it.
You look around, and you gasp, and you kind of almost fall over, and again you knock something over.
Yeah.
And this thing looks at you.
Fuck.
And we will need to roll initiative.
Oh god. We're all
How does
gonna
one do that
die.
again?
I
Wait,
forgot
all
how
of us or
initiative
just
works.
Penny?
Everyone. So, this is the initiative card system, which I haven't used before.
Ooh.
And I don't know how we're going to do this remotely, so we'll do our best.
We can do dice rolls if we need to, I suppose.
We can do, but this is like, I got
It's
these
so
I have
much more
physical
fun.
cards,
Yeah.
why not?
Let him use
Physical
his
cards are so
Let me use my
fun.
toys, okay?
Yeah.
Let him use the cards.
Cool. So, the xenomorph drops down and starts pacing towards you, Penny. And as it does, you reflect and you remember, and you've seen a xenomorph pace like this before as it walked towards your brother. It is going to attempt to attack you with its tail.
Mhm.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Is there anything I can do, or am I just vibing here?
Are you wearing armor?
Are you wearing armor?
Was I wearing armor? I've got an air suit. I've got a couple of air suits for some reason.
An air suit. Let's have a look at that.
I don't know
And
if that
see
gives me armor, though.
If that gives you any kind of armor.
Because I think we prioritized armor on the children. So I don't think I took anything other than the
Yeah.
3 air suits I apparently carry.
Let's have a look at the gear and tech to see if an air suit is actually going to do anything for you. Because that might end up being really important.
Mm-hmm.
Air suit or ape suit?
Air suit. Is what I've written
I've
down.
got the ape suit.
You've got the ape suit. Yeah, I don't think an air suit is going to give you any armor.
Well, then I am armorless.
That is okay.
Is it? I'm all cashed up, but I don't have any armor.
Yeah, we are still carrying briefcases full of money, aren't we?
Yes.
You are. So, for
Use the
an
briefcase.
attack, do you want to defend? It will take your quick action for this turn to do so.
And that would be a strength close combat.
It'll be a close combat, yes. Although, as usual, I am open to a little bit of fudging with the rules if you have a good argument for why a different stat should be rolled with for your defense.
Can I argue agility in the sense that I'm going to try and position myself between the monster, I'm going to call it the monster, the alien, and Zhao. So I am defending, but like on like a
It's coming for you,
defensive.
but yes,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you to go agility plus close combat if you have
Yeah,
healing close combat.
I do have close combat.
Okay, and this is a lucky roll for you.
Is it? I've got 1 success so far.
I still have minus
Should I
one
push
to
it?
everything.
It's up to you if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll push the wall. Okay, that got me 2 successes now, but I do have a 1 on my stress dice.
Yep. Cool. I'll get you to roll your stress.
Yep. One.
1. Understandably, you're now jumpy from this knowing that there is a xenomorph on board. If you push a skill roll from now on, you gain 2 stress instead of 1.
Ooh, okay, I'll write that down.
But that's all you do. And sorry, what was your total number of successes?
2 successes.
2. Yeah. This thing's tail coils up, and you've seen this before. This is how Heath died. So you know to move your body to the side, and it still lashes out, and it catches the side of your arm, leaving a big gash. It does 1 point of damage. It rolled terribly.
Thank
with
God.
its 11 dice pool for that attack. Who was initiative 2?
That was me.
Chris, you're up.
Yeah, marching towards Elena and Rowan. And he'll say, we need to find somewhere safe immediately. Come with me, and he'll go. Where would be a safe spot? It's not really a lot of safe spots. Android storage and maintenance, and try to lock the doors once everyone's once Elena's inside.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going to try and close the command module door as soon as you're out?
No.
Okay.
I'm not that much. I don't think he's a dick. He's not gonna close the others in there.
Yeah. But you're going to try and get to Android storage and maintenance?
Yeah,
and
but I will close
that
that door once Elena is within that area.
Okay.
So that can I hold my action for that, and that be my action to like?
Yeah. So you've moved. I'm going to say that you're kind of in that sort of square corridor style room. You're just on the outside of the Android storage and maintenance door. You're ready for people to go in. Whoever goes in, you're ready to duck in and slap the button closed. And attempt to lock it.
I was obviously it's not my initiative turn yet, but Elena would try and take Xiao with her.
Yep. Who's number 4?
Oh, that's me.
Gerard. You've just seen this thing come down, walk up to Penny and try and kill her the way that killed her brother.
Yep.
She dodged out of the way, her arm's been cut. Harv has indicated to Elena to come with and walked out the door. What do you do?
I'm backing towards the door as well, but I'm going to shoot it while I do it.
Yeah, okay. Make a ranged combat attack, please.
Oh, my best stat. And I'm still at -1, aren't I? Because of the natural leave.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I'm going to push it.
Cool.
No successes.
So no successes at all.
Correct.
Okay. The creature would have used its hurt. You know, you've popped off a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
So I'll also get you to do a supply roll.
Yep.
For your.
How does that work? It says ammo is 2.
Yeah. So you just roll 2d6, and if you get a 1, you drop.
I did.
Yeah. Cool. So you now have 1 ammo remaining. So you empty off an entire clip, and the creature kind of backs up, looks towards you. It would. I'm not going to bother rolling for it. But it would use its. It would have used its quick action to dodge.
Sure.
And are you leaving the room, or are you staying in just inside the door?
I'm staying just inside.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Cool.
That's me. So, since I did something, does that affect what I can do on my turn?
No, I'm gonna say that was like initiating just kind of before.
Right. Yeah. I am going to push Zhao towards Rowan and Elena, get him out of the way, and then if I can, try and shoot at this thing as well.
Yeah, cool. Could I get
my revolver.
Close combat to see how well you're able to push
Yep.
Zhao towards the Elena on the door, and then a ranged combat.
Oh, I'm more stressed. That's good. Rare instance, that's good. Oh, don't do that. That's nothing. Nothing on pushing Zhao.
Yeah. That just means that Zhao won't automatically be out of there without anyone else helping him.
Cool.
Ranged combat for attacking the creature. It's already tried to dodge, so it's kind of backing away from you a little bit, and its attention's towards Gerard. You got a profile shot at it. It's not going to be able to dodge or move.
Oh.
Deal.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. And your gun, what's its base damage?
3.
3. Okay. So,
What's the +1 modifier? Was that to shooting, or is that
what's
something
this
else?
for?
On the Magnum revolver? It just says modifier +1 in the
A
instructions.
second, and I will take
Oh yeah,
it.
I imagine
forgot
it would
about
be
that.
damage.
I'm pretty sure it's damage, but I'll
Because there's a modifier like +2, and then there's a damage under it.
yeah. Give me a sec. No, you should be adding that die.
Oh,
to your
okay.
thing.
Oh
Let me
damn!
roll.
Oops. Yeah.
Nothing. Worth a try
Okay.
though.
Cool. So damage of 3. You said. And you rolled how many successes?
2.
So that is 5. One moment while I bring up.
That's more health than I have.
Here we go.
What if we inject the alien with the drugs? What would happen?
Shove some nap relief into it. So
I don't have any nap relief left, but I do apparently have never sleep pills, is what I've written
Okay, we
down.
don't want it to have that.
haunt us forever.
Yeah, okay. So you shoot it and it staggers back. It looks like you've hurt it, but it's close to you. And so as you shoot it, there's this spray of blood from it. It screeches as it backs away and leaps with almost incomprehensible agility and strength back up into the vent and skitters off. But at the same time, there has been a spray of its blood. I am going to... How far away is Huntingdale at this point?
Well, I was by the door, but still inside.
You're by the door, so you're a bit further away. What about Elena?
I think Elena's with Rowan also by the door.
Yeah,
I think we're
okay.
all kind of by the
Half was
exit. I think
trying
the
to-
only person left is Penny and Zhao
So,
in.
Penny, some of this gets on you.
Yeah.
And it stings. It burns. It is the most excruciating pain you've ever felt in your life as its acid blood starts to eat away at your skin. Could I get a roll from you? One moment while I decide what I'm going to get you to roll. I think empathy command.
Empathy command, okay. I don't
Did
have
it-
anything in command, but I've got a
Okay.
lot of empathy.
In that
Is
case,
this
straight
something that I could help with?
empathy. This isn't something that you could help with because you're at the door.
Sure.
This is for you to determine whether you can focus enough to see that some of this has gotten onto the flak jacket that Zhao is wearing and has started to eat through it.
Okay. Straight empathy, but plus stress.
Yep. Welcome back. We did have some technical difficulties, so fortunately we didn't lose too much, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Essentially, Penny was splashed with some of the Xenomorph's alien's blood, as was Zhao's flak jacket. Penny decided and maintained the composure and the wherewithal to grit her teeth, bear through the pain, and save Zhao, likely saving his life, but did take some injury to her shoulder. The acid seems to have reacted out all of its ability to cause further harm, and her shoulder and the upper part of her chest is steaming a little bit as she limps her way out of the room. And as our group sort of move, you guys were moving towards the android storage, yes?
Yeah, that is where I would like
Yes.
Well, I think Harv is already there.
to.
If I remember
Standing at
correctly.
the door, ready to,
Yeah.
ready to close it.
Yeah. As this
Yeah.
happens, there's another pulse of light that flashes through the station. Once it coalesces, it doesn't float long before it enters Rowan's hand. Similar to the others, your body stiffens and you're taken back to a moment in your past, on Demeter Prime. You remember this day. For weeks, for months, the company had been cracking down on Demeter's citizens. First setting curfews, stop and frisk with no reason, not investigating reports of police violence, escalating to random sweeps for benign contraband, allowing law enforcement to demand bribes unchecked, and more recently, people being disappeared with rumors of torture camps. Today, one of the community leaders, Emily Ironside, passed away. It's a long-standing tradition within the community that when a well-respected community leader passes, there's a procession through the whole town. But the company has expressly forbidden anyone to break curfew. You hear someone playing a horn and the footsteps of maybe a few dozen people outside. Do you join them?
Yeah.
And you walk through the streets. The song on the horn is a familiar folk song. There's others who are singing. Do you sing along?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a well-known song. Has meaning to you, has meaning to the people in your community. And as you walk through the streets, as more and more people pour out of their houses, the procession begins to approach the company's headquarters. It seems as though the funeral's organizers have something in mind. Could I get an observation roll, please?
Sure. One success.
Yeah, that's enough. Didn't need to be anything super hidden. As you look around, you can see that there is a heavily armed police presence, including on some of the rooftops there are snipers. A friend of yours, Joseph Strickland, approaches. Ah, Rowan, I wasn't sure if you'd be out here.
Yeah, of course I'd be out here. Are you kidding me?
It's getting more and more dangerous. But I'm glad to see so many of us out.
This is when we need to come together strongest.
As you're speaking with him and discussing how people need to come together to how you perhaps talk about you have an obligation, a moral obligation to resist an occupying force, his voice changes. He kind of sounds older. He looks shorter, much shorter. Maybe the size of an old gnomish wizard. And he speaks, he says, I see trouble in your future. We never finished what we started in Barovia. But what you're doing now, you're in danger, Luel Gorax. How do you respond?
Who are you? What? Where? What is this?
Joseph, looking like Joseph once again, he gives you a strange look and says, well, I'm Joseph. What do you mean? This is the funerary procession for Emily.
I'm sorry. I must have... ignore that.
Keep an eye out. The company may want to crack down, but there are those of us who will fight back. Emily would have wanted us to fight back, no?
Yes. She would have.
He nods and clasps your shoulder. So the funerary procession now has made it to the front gates of the Weyland Yutani compound. One of the organizers opens up an audio player and you hear loud and clear Emily's voice. My name is Emily Ironside. I'm honored for you to stand there for me, to be a daughter of Demeter Prime. I was maybe 6 years old the first time I walked with a funeral procession, felt our history, felt our culture. And now I'm dead. This tradition, this honor, always lifted me. Showed me what we know is true, that the sons and daughters of Demeter Prime can survive on our own. We are a community that looks after each other. But I fear for that. Because there's something that's been eating away at this community. Weyland Yutani is eroding what makes us strong. And so as my death approaches, if I could do one thing differently, it's what I urge you to do now. Wake up, stand up, fight the company, fuck Weyland Yutani. Send them off Demeter Prime and never let them come back. As the recording of Emily's speech is being played, through the crowd you've noticed there are a couple of people subtly handing out bricks. Would you have taken one?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. There is, I'm not going to make you roll observation for this. You see off to one side maybe a captain. You're not great with military ranks, but there's someone who's in charge of soldiers. You get a clear shot at his head.
Yeah, I would go for it.
Yeah,
100%.
Ranged combat roll, please.
Range is not the... Well, I guess it could be worse. Okay, so that's agility...
Agility plus ranged combat.
Okay, that's actually quite a few dice. Okay. I have 3 successes.
Yeah. You see him and he's speaking with one of his people. You can see he's getting frustrated because the crowd are not listening to their directions, and he takes his helmet off for a moment and just scratches his head. And it's that moment as he lowers his hand down that the brick you throw smacks him in the side of the head, and he just drops like a full sack straight down. With the first brick thrown, chaos ensues. The soldiers on ground level aren't well organized, and 2 of 3 of them are overwhelmed, taken to the ground, stripped of their armor and weapons, before the remainder of the squad can form up around the main gate to the Weyland Yutani headquarters. What would you be doing while this goes on?
I would probably be trying to get to the front, because I know I'm bigger, I'm pretty strong, and I'm angry. I'm determined because of that speech. So yeah, I would be going for the front, trying to lead and push people forward. Yeah.
As you're working your way through the crowd, you actually see there's almost like a slightly open area where there's one of the Weyland Yutani security personnel who has, it's like a cattle prod or a shock prod out, and they're kind of swinging it, and the people around are kind of giving them their berth. Make a close combat roll, please.
Wait. 2 more dice. Okay. Only 1 success.
Only 1 success. Okay.
Out of 8 dice? Come on.
I mean, you are you're big, you're muscular, but maybe not necessarily as well trained. And so as you kind of come in, you manage to get a hold of the shock prod and tear it away from this person. And that's enough, not for you to individually sort of take them to the ground, but you're part of a community. There's other people there who are on your side, and they take that person to the ground. As this chaos is going on, as you're sort of walking away with the shock prod in your hand, you look across and see one of your fellow workers. Marcus is his name. He's shouting commands to some of the people nearby. And as he looks around, there's a loud crack of gunfire, and his head bursts open. His body collapses to the ground, and the soldiers have opened fire into the crowd. The air fills with smoke and screams, the acrid smell making you scrunch your nose, making your eyes water. Your ears are filled with the sounds of weapons fire, of shouts and cries of pain and panic, and the general chaos of military oppression. What do you do?
I want to find cover, and I want to be yelling for others to take cover, but to not. I want to be moving forward still. So I don't want it to be running away, fear from cover, but running toward cover and moving forward. And I'm not afraid. I'm more angry. There's no fear yet. It's just pure rage that's driving me forward.
Yeah. So do you want to focus more on trying to inspire others, or do you want to focus more on getting yourself to the front lines?
I want to focus on inspiring others while protecting as well.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like that's Rowan. Protecting and inspiring.
Command roll +2.
Okay, command roll is empathy. I don't have enough die for this, buddy. I'm probably gonna can I push in these?
Yeah, sure. Why not? With no penalty. Okay, let you have 1 reroll.
No successes. I do
No.
not do well.
That's even with the
I
reroll.
fail. That's even with the reroll. I got a bunch of 5s.
Inspire people. You're trying to get people organized, but the terror of the unleashed violence overcomes a lot of your compatriots, and you're kind of pulled along with them in this sea of people, not quite sure where they can go and not really able to rally them together. This event will become what's known as the Demeter Prime Massacre. Out of the chaos, Joseph is suddenly beside you. He takes your arm as she does. Her black hair is slicked to her skin. Her worker's clothing, not worker's clothing, it's more imposing. It's ridged with armor plates. She turns to you and speaks.
Not part of the plan, but we did not expect thee to be here. Come with us when we call, avoid this chaos, fulfill the purpose for which this substantiation was created.
And in a shock, you suddenly find yourself back on Bessy's jewel, and the flicker of light flies from your chest and fades.
Who the fuck are you? And then I just like, I'm like breathing heavy and just enraged. I'm pissed. The fuck was that?
Harv Malone. I believe we've already met. Are you experiencing some amnesia at the moment, Rowan?
Harv, I think the thing that happened to me has happened to Rowan now.
Oh. Did it result in amnesia?
Harv,
Yes.
please. It's not amnesia that I'm experiencing. It's some fucking alien invading my memories.
Oh.
Not fun.
Telling me that I wasn't part of the plan originally, but I'm here now and that I could avoid this if I go with them? As if I would ever fucking go with them of my own volition.
Curious.
I see.
Seems like we might not have a choice.
They can try.
Alien or other being. Very interesting.
It is fascinating. Now, Dr. Penny.
Manipulative, if you ask me.
Dr. Penny, I believe that you are injured at this stage. Last I remember, before that happened, I believe Mr. Huntingdale was coming towards you with a medical kit. Did that happen, or did that not happen?
We have not rolled yet.
Yeah, we haven't medded yet. We thought better to leave the room.
So, a medical kit. Give me a second and I'll look that up real quick, but I don't think a medical kit will actually recover you hit points. I think it just improves when you are doing first aid rolls, which is if someone is being stabilized to avoid death rolls.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I
there's
think we
no
figured out
actual
it didn't
healing?
actually help me
I think
last
there is
time. I
like an
wanted to
actual
do it.
medical aid. Yeah, there's a medical aid skill. Which, Harv will sort of come up to you. I'm assuming you can do it to can you do it to yourself, or can you not do
I'm
it to yourself?
sure I can do it to myself, right?
Probably.
I think you can, but I just got to look up the rules for
If you can't,
how
Harv
medical
got
aid.
medical aid. Which
I've got
I'm sure you'd
one.
love having Harv helping you out.
You got to choose between the robot and the corpo.
Which is worse?
Sophie's
This
choice.
is hard.
Roll for medical aid to give first aid to a dying character or
A
to
dying
make medical examinations. It's not to recover hit points.
Yeah.
So then you just
Okay.
can't recover hit points.
You can
Unless you
recover
rest.
hit points by resting, or if you have
That
a
thing we're
full,
definitely gonna do.
the big medical pod that you would lie in, not just like a first aid kit.
But we don't
Okay.
have a medical.
In that instance, I will say, well, I am a little bit damaged. So perhaps it is time for us to take a little bit of a rest. There is a android repair bay through here, and then Dr. Penny can rest her wounds, and anyone else can rest their wounds as well. Somebody will have to keep watch, though.
I'll keep
Zhao,
watch.
do you think you are up to the task?
Half. Not Zhao. Zhao is a child.
Zhao is a child.
Remember, Elena is a child.
Yeah,
Would you ask Elena to do this?
I would trust Elena. She has proved to be quite resourceful.
Okay, there's a difference between trust and putting a child in the harm's way of the thing.
What is putting them in harm's way? Using their eyes? I'm not telling them to go in front of the monster.
Penny, the debate's not worth it.
If
I'm just gonna
grab
grab
thing that they see, then the thing goes after the first thing it sees.
Oh. Well, obviously you remain hidden. That just seems logical. Either way, we're talking in circles at this point. Rowan has decided to volunteer.
Thank you, Rowan.
Thank you.
So, are you just keeping watch and leaving the door open?
Is there a window or something on the door? Is there a way to look through?
There's like a small window that you can look through, yeah.
Yeah, is there a way to keep the door shut and have it and look through it?
Without
it automatically opening? Oh, shit. Okay, well, listen, it's not my worst stat. One success!
Yeah, there's a lock button. But basically what it does is...
I know what a lock button is, apparently.
It disables the sensor, so if something were to walk up on the other side, it would need enough knowledge of, hey, this is a button and I need to press this button.
Yeah.
In order to open the door.
I'll do that.
Cool.
I'll sit behind the door, lock it, and
So,
look through.
You guys walk in.
Angry, still breathing heavy.
You've had this
Clearly
conversation,
agitated.
I'm going to say in the little corridor, then you go, hang on, we should probably go in. So you walk into that room, Rowan presses the button. The rest of you, as you look about the android storage and maintenance, there aren't really that many androids in here. You do see one. Towards the other end of the room, it does appear to be in better condition than the others that you've seen. And as you enter, it says, welcome. I detect 5 humans. Welcome, fellow android. My designation is Johan4471. Please feel free to refer to me as Johan. What is your purpose on this station and how may I assist you?
I am in need of repairs, Johan, so perhaps you can assist with that. Dr. Penny is in need of medical aid and some rest.
Certainly. The crew quarters are just beyond here, and we are currently in android storage and maintenance. I can certainly assist you with repairs.
Sounds agreeable. And he'll begin moving towards wherever he needs to move in order to start the repairs.
Okay.
Mr.
Are you just going to
Johan.
allow him to connect to you?
I will...
Why do you say it like that?
Yeah, can I do an
I know.
observation on this thing just to see if, like, what the affiliations are, what type of robot are we, what kind of synth we're dealing with here?
I will get you to roll wits and manipulation.
Uh, 1-6.
1-6. 1-6 is enough for you to know your visible damage appears to be to your physical systems, not to your processing systems. There's no reason for him to connect.
Johan,
To your processes.
why are you trying to connect into my mainframe?
Digital authorization is required. A direct Android interface would be the easiest way to confirm, provided you have either a Weyland Yutani or Seeks and standard issue interface.
No, the damage is physical entirely. I would prefer if you did not connect to my systems. I do not know what kind of bugs you may have picked up with your antiquated equipment.
Digital authorization remains required.
I believe that should not be the case. And if this is an impasse that either of us cannot go past, then perhaps you should leave the repairing just to me. I would prefer just to do that.
Very well. And he goes back and sits in the seat that he was sitting in when you entered the room.
Mr. Johan, do you know anything about the angry creature that's getting around here?
Angry creature?
Yeah.
Is there an angry creature?
Yeah, he tried to attack Dr. Penny. He had a long
Succeeded.
tail and so many teeth.
You should complete report Weyland Yutani form XX92734417 or Seegson form SY1279 to report
So-
this incident.
You haven't seen it then?
I have no reports of such a creature.
But creature.
You should. And then he repeats those same form numbers again.
Not
Can you
the-
remind me what
Johan
they
will not be very
No,
helpful.
absolutely not.
Johan will not be very helpful. He is an older model and does not have the capacity for higher thought functions. Talking to him would be like talking to a repeating pattern over and over again. So perhaps it is best to leave him be.
I am sorry I have not been as helpful as you had hoped, fellow android.
That is okay. We all live in disappointment now, don't we?
I am incapable of experiencing disappointment.
It's disappointing.
Oh, dear.
So, are you locking off and resting for a full 8-hour shift in here? Or are any of you progressing along?
I'm definitely resting to get rid of my fatigue and to bring my health up. Or like doing
Yeah,
whatever I
that-
need to do.
I should
The rest of you?
probably
None of you are
also-
going on into the
rest.
crew quarters, or you're all staying in android maintenance?
Crew quarters are connected to vents, so I am staying in the central area,
That's-
not
yeah.
connected to vents.
And I'm
We're
assuming
actually in
someone's
the
going to
perfect
lock the
place.
other doors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
No events here. Perfect place.
you take, what, about 8 hours? Or so, however long it takes Harv to do his repairs. Everyone's stress drops to 0.
Nice.
It's not like that you're not stressed at all. This is a stressful situation, but you have time to rest and you have time to reset and recenter yourselves. Penny, you're able to use your medical kit to patch up, maybe give yourself some painkillers so that you can continue to operate, make sure that there's no further acid that's going to do further and ongoing damage. And so you recover all your health
Full
as
health.
well.
Amazing.
Yep.
Thank you.
And Harv, I'll need a Comtech roll from you.
Certainly.
Do we lose our fatigue as well? Sorry.
Yes. So
Oh my
everyone,
God.
if you are fatigued, you lose your fatigue as well. Penny was the only one who'd taken damage.
No, I was
No.
also on 2 out of 4 health.
Yes. So you recover your 2 health too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask this fucking robot to help me.
Okay.
Can I try and help?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Elena should be fairly
like
familiar.
Elena, yeah,
So-
would know a little bit about it.
Just-
You can have a +1, so roll 1 dice.
Let's get a 6. Fuck off.
So no repairs for you, unless
What was
Yeah.
the role? It was. Is
Comtech.
it was Comtech.
I can't help. I'm sorry.
You want me to
I'm
do
also
it?
resting, but
So Harv, you attempt to fix your damaged components, and just the angle that it's at, where it's at, you're not quite able to reach, and you're gonna need someone to help you.
Yeah. I will say, it appears that the angle that I need to repair is out of reach. Is anyone good with the electronics?
I can do it.
Anyone else?
Is anyone
Available?
else?
If you don't want my help, you don't have to have it.
Johan
not.
speaks up.
I'm having the options open. Mr.
Johan
Huntington.
speaks up and says, I am willing to assist if I can verify authorization to utilize Weyland Yutani Seegson resources.
Question, Johan. If a commanding officer were aboard right now and could show you their credentials, would they have enough authorization to allow you to assist with my repairs?
Digital authorization is required, but if they were able to present that digital authorization, that would be acceptable.
So that's the choice, Huntingdale. Either you help repair me, or you present your credentials to Johan over here. I'm not having Johan connect to me. As I said, I do not know what kind of bugs his antiquated system may have picked up, and corruption. I would rather not have that there.
Based on the electrical issues this ship has experienced, the less we can deal with Johann, the better, I think.
Very well, Mr. Huntingdale. I will put my faith in your hands.
Okay, let's roll badly.
Does my exosuit have credentials on them?
Not going to be the sort of command credentials that he's looking
All
for.
right.
You're a lowly pleb. This is capitalism.
I know, but maybe the suit was a special suit. I don't know. I don't know who was up here.
She was just hoping. She was throwing something at the wall, seeing if it'd stick.
Okay, so 9 dice, 0 successes.
9 dice. Jesus.
And that's after pushing it and rolling twice.
Gerard, why? I need you to get new dice.
You do have a story point.
Here's what I am.
Yeah, it's not worth using it on half.
I have a story point too. Can I re-roll my poll?
You can just say you succeeded.
Is it just a recent? Yeah.
Because it's you only need one success.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is we'll kind of like do it like this, where Huntingdale tries and like obviously fails, and then that sort of pushes.
And what happens is as Huntingdale is trying and not quite really concentrating, quite really paying attention too much, there is another pulse of light that pervades the ship. And oddly enough, this light, this energy pulse, after it coalesces, it divides to enter both Harv and Elena. The rest of you see them both stiffen up like each person has previously. And as your vision fades to black, Harv and Elena, you both hear a voice.
A meta-consciousness within an android? How interesting. Perhaps we can overlook thy lack of useful genetic material.
It's a strange feeling for both Harv and Elena, feeling someone else remember something with you. But you're both taken back to a day that, Elena, a pit has already formed in your stomach. You're on the floating research station on Tlaloc 5, a world covered in water. Today is starting like any other day. Clara, your mother, walks into your room wearing her normal overalls and says, Elena, come on, wakey wakey girl, I got something for you.
Ma,
You're a couple of years younger.
I don't want to go to school today.
But I got a present for you before you go.
What is it?
And she pulls out something from behind her back. It is colored this dark, shiny, glossy black. It's a curved claw of some creature coming to a point. She says, this is a Tlalotian lion squid's foreclaw. See that point? It's harder and sharper than anything but the most advanced materials science can make, and I am going to turn it into a pocket knife for you.
That's so cool.
Your father, Mark, walks past the room and says, maybe in a couple years, honey. You know she's too young for that. Anyway, breakfast ready for you both. You go out. Your father has made as close to a breakfast spread as one can make with the food that's available on a water world. He's substituted seaweed starch for corn grits and included some Tlalotian sea peppers. There's bread that he must have somehow got the flour for and baked into biscuits himself, all cooked with spices, the scent of which filled the entire apartment. You don't like cooking much yourself, but you know your father had brought a stash of spices with him. He orders top-ups every few months. Given he's been pretty generous with the spices today, he must have had a new order come in. You share what the slightly older Elena knows will be the last time you have breakfast with your parents. You're happy. What would be going through the older Elena's mind as she experiences this day once again?
Just like a burning desire not to leave. She knows it's obviously a memory, but with how real it feels, she just doesn't want to go. She wants to stay here forever.
Harv, you're a spectator at this point, but the memory shifts, and for you, Elena, you become the spectator in Harv's memory now. Harv, you know this was the day that you approached Clara to gather some seafloor samples. It's a bit of a blur, but even as that recognition of what day it is makes its way to your thoughts unbidden, almost organically, through your processes, you find yourself in one of the station's exploratory submarines on the seafloor. Clara's piloting, and maybe it strikes you. Clara piloting reminds you of just a few hours ago when Elena was piloting the shuttle. But Clara is searching for the organic waste you theorized came from a much larger version of the Tulalucian lion squid. Would you be talking to her?
Yeah, I will say, curious. Your piloting skills are great, Clara. I appreciate the smooth trip.
Why is that curious? I've been piloting things since I was a knee-high to a grasshopper.
It's just curious because it reminded me of something far in the recesses of my memory cores.
Well, anyway, is there any place we might go that might find what it is that you're looking for down here?
Sorry, I may have missed it. What am I looking for?
Well, you've theorized that there is a larger version of the lion squid. You're looking for its poop.
Okay. Well, we are looking for excrement from this creature. Perhaps if we can go a little bit deeper into the deeper recesses where its lair may be, or close to where its lair, we may get a triangulation.
All right. And as she takes you, the submarine weaves and ducks through canyons and caves. Watching her, it's amazing the skill that she displays in piloting this submarine, putting it through maneuvers that it probably shouldn't be able to do, but somehow she makes it go through. I'll get you to make an observation roll as you're using a camera to try and spot the waste pieces that you're seeking on the seafloor.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
What
Okay.
is wrong with your dice, bro?
You're not able to see any waste pieces, but you do see something. It's shiny. Maybe a small circular piece of gold? Can I get a wits roll, please?
I changed dice and still absolutely nothing.
Nothing. That shouldn't be there. And it's strange that you're seeing a gold coin. No, you didn't see a gold coin. It was an egg. This is wrong. Get you a heavy machinery roll, please.
Just straight heavy machinery or strength and heavy machinery?
Strength. Heavy machinery and wits, or heavy machinery and or wits and comtech. Either one.
So either heavy machinery and strength or wits or comtech. Okay.
Yeah.
Heavy machinery and strength. Okay. Come on, give me something. This is like my biggest dice pool. Oh, come on. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So it's strange that this was a gold coin. You remember you thought it was excrement, but it turned out to be an egg. But with your failed roll in heavy machinery, when Harv manipulated the claw from the submarine, he crushed the egg. Would Harv have disclosed this to Clara?
I seem to have made an error, Clara.
Oh yeah, and what's that?
It appears my carelessness has caused the egg to be injured.
An egg? What do you mean an egg? I thought we were here looking for poop.
Well, it appears that there was an egg down here, and I tried to grab it, and, and then he'll, like, kind of point out to the viewport, or, like, the viewing thing of, like...
She looks and she goes, well, if you're right, we should get out of here. We should skedaddle. Yeah. Unless the mama's going to come back, that might not be a good place for us to be, and starts piloting back. Elena, you remember waiting for so long for Mum to come back after she went away with the funny robot man. You're a cute kid. You convinced the nice man in the comms room to let you look at the screens. And you were a clever kid, so you knew which buttons to press to let you contact your mother. What would you have said seeing your mother's pixelated face on the small monitor in the comms room?
Hi, Mama.
She smiles, looking back at you. And for a moment, the screen flickers. Your mother's skin is light blue. her eyes red across her sclera with no pupils visible. When she speaks, Genara anurodu? Kaspamati orf kralan? Kramiral sum taraklisomor? That's Chiun? You don't... No, that's not what she said. Your mother on the monitor flickers. That happened. You remember that. And the connection cut. She had said something about being on her way back to the station. The comms technician walked back in a moment later. What are you doing here? Your ma and pa ought to keep better track of you. So many predators down this deep, we don't know which ones can track based on our comm signal. Where are Mark and Clara?
Mama is on her way back.
Okay, well, where's Mark?
I think he's still at home. He made his breakfast this morning.
He looks at the transmission signals and the metadata from your connection that you just cut off, or you just had cut off. Okay, go get your pa. Clara will be back real soon.
Okay.
Would little Elena have headed back to her room, or would she have gone somewhere else on the station?
I mean, getting her daddy would usually be like the signal of her mum coming home, right? Like she was pretty keen for her mum to get home, so she would have gone to get her dad, probably taken the long way there. But yeah, she would have gone to get dad.
It's not too long after you find your dad that there's a familiar tone over the station speakers announcing a submarine returning. Elena, it must be your mum. Mark was with you, looking out for you, but not getting in the way as you ran towards the docks. He was doing his best to keep up. That excitement that you felt, though, soon turned to terror. In one of the station's stairwells, a horrific metallic wrenching sound pervaded the entire station. The lights cut, everything went black. The floor buckled. Elena, you don't know how long you stayed in that black darkness. Terrified, pressed underneath something hard and heavy, unable to move, barely able to breathe, hearing water somewhere. You're quite young, but you were old enough to know how dangerous water inside the station would be. When the emergency lights came on, that amber glow, it was worse. You were physically trapped and unable to move at all. Miraculously, you were unharmed, but a cargo trolley someone had left in the stairwell pinned you against the floor. The part that made it worse, though, was that Mark, your father, was still with you. His eyes open, glassy, unmoving. With your arms pinned to your side, you couldn't reach out, you couldn't wake up, you couldn't do anything but either look or close your eyes. And Harv, in the chaos of the station, shortly after you disembarked, this happened, whatever impact it was on the station, picking your way through, trying to find other people, trying to find an escape pod. That's where you found Elena in the stairwell. Take it away with what happened.
Little girl,
Elena
are
would
you
be crying?
Sorry, just to double check. Do I know? I don't know of Elena at this.
You do.
Point.
You do
okay.
Because you work with her
Cool.
mother.
Cool. Elena, child of Clara, are you injured?
I don't think so, but I think my dad's hurt.
I'll look over at the dad. How's the dad doing?
He's dead.
He'll kneel down and look at Elena, and he'll say, "Well, you are safe, which is good, but perhaps we should leave this area now before things become more unstable."
Okay, but you've got to get my dad. And wait, weren't you with my mom?
I was, yes.
Where is she?
You don't know. You went separate ways when you exited the sub.
When I disembarked from the submarine, in the chaos, we went our separate ways. I'm hoping that we are going to run across her again.
Okay.
But Elena, this is important. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do for your father at this stage. It is important, it is imperative that you come with me so that you may continue to function.
I don't want to leave him.
I understand the sentimentality, or at least the concept of it. But unfortunately, you must kick in those survival mechanisms and override the feelings that you are currently feeling. Can you do that for me, Elena?
She's very clearly conflicted. And kind of just looks at her dad and then looks away and nods her head.
Stay with me, and I promise I will keep... Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were continuing.
No, that's okay. She's, just, I guess, trying to not ignore it, but she's trying to block it out at this point, despite the fact that he's still right there.
Stay with me, and I promise I will keep you safe.
Okay, Mr. Harv.
As he sort of kneels down and goes to grab her, and then just begins making his way to possibly an escape pod of some kind, trying to look for some way out.
So you make your way to an escape craft, and fortunately there is still one left. There's room in it for two. As you're about to board, you hear a shout from behind. Lena? Oh my God, Lena, my baby, you're okay!
Mama!
It's Clara. She's a ways away down the corridor.
How far away from the down the corridor?
Dozens of meters.
Yeah. And do I kind of have the picture right that like the place is coming down?
It's not right at this moment.
Okay.
But you don't know. It's heavily damaged.
Yeah, Harv will look over at Elena and he'll say, "You stay here, Elena. I will make sure that your mother gets back here safe."
Okay.
Just as you put her down, there's another impact that rocks the station. Another screeching of metal. The world kicks sideways, and Elena, you knock your head on the way down. You're unconscious. You don't remember anything else until you woke up in the escape craft, but now, as you experience this shared memory, you watch. Harv, after things settle again, you survey the wreckage of the escape craft room. The door is mangled shut. It's possible that you might be able to bend some of the struts and create a path to where you'd seen Clara, but it's equally likely you'd open the wall during the attempt and let the ocean in. You can, however, see a person and hear a voice through the wreckage of the door. Clara sees you. She was knocked back quite far down the hallway, further than she was before even, but she's still conscious, still alive. You remember the only thing she yelled was, "Wait!" But your memory shudders, and you see her speak in the voice of George Cassidy, your friend who wrote that letter. She says, "Does this remind you of Rockport, Ignacio? Something taken from beneath the waves, called back to the depths with a debt of blood. That debt was paid, and you'll pay it again." Putting aside the strangeness of the memory not aligning with your own, what did you do when Clara called out for you to stop, to wait?
Clara, I am glad you are conscious at this point so that you understand the severity of what needs to happen. So there are two choices here. I am a robot. I am not fixed to make these types of choices. That is how you've programmed me. So, choice number one, I open up and try to get to you to bring you to your daughter, which may risk your daughter and kill both of you. Choice number two is I leave with your daughter and I promise you I will protect her. The choice is up to you.
She looks conflicted and then just says, "Go. Just go."
Understood. Clara, I assure you that I will protect Elena as best as I can, and we'll make sure that she grows up to be just as you have imagined it. I understand your sacrifice, as he makes his way back into the pod and closes the pod.
The escape craft bursts its way to the surface. It's far too long a time, just Harv and Elena alone, waiting and hoping for rescue, but eventually, the craft is picked up by a search and rescue team. As the hatch opens, A woman wearing an exosuit, grey with organic-looking details and reinforcements, her pale skin beneath black hair that's slicked to her scalp, looks at both of you and says,
Little one, the loss was necessary. Come with us so it will not be all for naught. Bring the machine. He will be useful.
and you're brought back to the space station, and the light dissipates once again.
Elena is in shock and not speaking. Just kind of slowly sits where she stands.
That is curious. And he'll make his way, he'll get off whatever table he's on and begin moving towards Elena, and he'll say, Elena, I understand that they may have been harrowing for you.
I don't like that lady. She said it was okay that my mom died.
As I've said, I do not have the capacity for emotion, but I was there, I witnessed it, and I can tell you one certainty for a fact. Your mother loved you greatly. Loved you so much that she was willing to sacrifice her own life for you to live.
Yeah. And Elena's kind of turns away from everyone, rubbing her eyes, like trying to hide the fact that she's a little bit teary.
And then he'll sort of kneel down and he'll say, that love, that doesn't go away. That remains within you as long as you continue to function. Do not make her sacrifice in vain, Elena.
Yes, Harv.
He stands up, moves back to the table, sits down, and then begins the repair, which I've spent my story point on. So how much do I get back?
So you fully recover, all health.
Cool.
And what I'll say is at the end of this shift of you all resting and Harv completing his repairs, there is another alert as the station's AI notes that the external access airlock is cycling, and a docking maneuver has been completed. A few moments later, the airlock cycles. There must be an external pressure seal because the inner door also opens. Stepping out of the external access shaft and around, you see them walk up to the door at the south end of the android storage and maintenance section. It's a now familiar figure. She is imposingly tall, easily towering over any of you, clad in not an exosuit, but as your eyes gaze on her with the clarity of reality rather than memory, it's biomechanical armor. Her slicked back hair close to her scalp looks the same, but her face has a number of scars. She looks at each of you and speaks.
To each of thee I extendeth this invitation. Becometh part of something greater than thyselves. The seeds of thy genetic destinies were sown amongst the stars by the consortium afore your civilization winked into existence. Now comes the time for judgment. Wouldst thou be reaped, collected, fulfill thine purpose, and come with me? Or wouldst thou stay here and diminish, never to be seen again? Make your choice.
She turns and walks back into the monolithic ship that's docked with Bessy's jewel. What do each of you do?
What purpose? Is she not going to answer any questions before? Nope.
I'm pretty sure she just said that we would be consumed or something. Absorbed?
Consumed.
I don't know.
Absorbed.
Consumed.
Made part of a bigger whole.
That sounds a lot like giving up your free will. Not willing to really do that.
What is free will? I forgot your
Well,
name.
of course you wouldn't know, Harv.
I forgot your name. Is it Rowan? Yeah, Rowan. Yeah,
Rowan.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is free will, Rowan?
Harv, I wouldn't expect you to know what free will is. However,
No,
I can tell you right now, an alien species coming to me and asking me to willingly give up any part of myself is the opposite of free will.
It seems
I'm
like
good.
the
But you
other
are
option
avoiding
is
the
hanging
answering
out
the
here with
question.
alien.
What is free will?
You know it when you see it, and that's not it. That's essentially what I was saying it was before, manipulation.
Sorry, Mr. Huntingdale, you had a word to say, and I rudely spoke over you.
No, it's okay, Huff. It seems to me that the choice we have is to go and try and figure out whatever the hell she's talking about, or be murdered by this XX121 that's here.
Why don't we take this XX21 and introduce it to her?
And
Did
then
you
what?
not see what happened with the monolith?
I did not. I was hiding, remember?
Oh, it raised the planet. It raised the folly. I don't think XX21 is going to be much problem for our mystery person.
That'll
burned
solve
one of them right up.
That'll solve our problem then, won't it?
But we'd have to go with unnamed person for that to happen. Otherwise, we are part of the juge.
I really don't like that lady.
Yeah.
Don't either.
I do not like that she comes to us to give us this advice after fucking with us mentally like that.
It's been fairly clear through everyone's experiences that you all have special potential within you, within your genetic code. You have been chosen specifically for this. I do not think it coincidence for them to come here at this point.
They came here for us?
Most likely.
If what you say is true, then and it has some greater power or higher power, then it probably means that it has come here at this exact time to stop us from dying, basically. Like, we are going to... They know that we will die if we stay here, so we have to... They're giving us no choice.
But
Seems
they
like there is-
didn't. They didn't talk to Zhao. What are they going to do to Zhao?
Well,
Oh, yes, you are still here, Zhao.
well, if we stay here, Zhao's gonna die anyway. By the sounds of it.
I put my hands over Zhao's ears.
There are things
Zhao
worse
is just
than
looking
death.
terrified. Doesn't really understand what's going on.
Zhao has to come with us, so that is the only
I
option.
will admit my curiosity is piqued. But I will not leave Elena behind unguarded.
I'll do what you do, Harv. I'll go with you.
Are you sure
It's very
about
clear that her trust in Harv is like just implicit at this stage. Like, she will do whatever he thinks is the best thing to do.
This is
What
not a
do we
question.
know?
You go.
What do we know? Like, we know that it crashed into the colony. We know that it wiped out the colony. We know that it's not related to the alien. What else do we know?
Very little.
On the planet, did we have the conversation about the fact that they were the architects, whatever they were called? The engineers, yeah.
The engineers were
Is that
mentioned. Whether these are the engineers or not, you don't know.
I think I'll say that out loud to is it Rowan? Yeah, Rowan.
Rowan.
Yeah, because you're not privy to this. I'll say we discovered information that these beings that are interacting with us right now have direct ties to your creators. You may not believe in a god, but the engineers who engineered your genetics are tied with them implicitly.
And why are they, do we know what their motivation is for wanting to bring us back? I'm fairly certain I heard the word reaping, and that's usually not great.
Some eugenics bullshit by the sounds of it.
I mean, if the choice is between death, like absolute death, and unknown, I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous because there are things worse than death.
It's true.
And
Gerard is going to pull out his gun and start walking towards the ship.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys can come if you want, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
He'll
it's staying here.
Harv will turn to Elena one more time and he'll say, "This is important, Elena. You must not just do this because this is what my decision is. You must know the full breadth of what you are going into. What do
she's
you
a
want?"
child, Harv. She can't know the full breadth of the situation. There are limits to her experience.
I understand a lot more than you're giving me
we all
credit
work
for.
around my limits. Sorry. We all work around my limits. So I am asking to work around the limits.
Elena, I will tell you that that creature, it is the most excruciating pain that I have ever experienced. And I have been through a lot to get to here.
You think we'd be safe to go on there too, safest? Even if we die, it's going to be better to go on there than it is to stay here.
I think we'll have a better chance of survival there than here, sadly. I truly wish that wasn't the case.
Okay. I know what it means. I'm only a kid, but I've seen lots of stuff and I've seen lots of people die, even though I'm only a kid, and I don't want to get killed by the angry creature. If it's really painful, I'd rather make a choice instead.
So,
What about
choice?
We have Gerard. It sounds like Elena and Harv. All three boarding. Penny?
Penny will be boarding. Well, first we'll confirm with Zhao that Zhao would want to come. I assume there will be no difficulties.
Zhao just grabs onto your leg.
Yeah. And then, yes. Is it possible? Is there a terminal in this room?
There is one just in the crew quarters, so not too far away.
No, I'm not going to leave Zhao. I was thinking of signaling off a message to tell people, hey, maybe don't come here because we all fucked off or died.
The message would work because we never repaired anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's true. That's true. So never mind. Yeah, no, going straight with following Huntingdale and Elena and Harv.
I mean,
Stay
if everybody
going.
else is going, she can't stay. She knows she can't take down this alien by herself. She would have only stood a chance if everybody was on board with going after it. So she's visibly defeated, but still irritated that they're letting a child essentially make the decision.
As the five of you step onto the ramp into this ancient unknown ship, Penny, you feel Zhao kind of release their grip on your leg and looks like they're not able to continue walking forwards.
Oh,
and you turn around to go back,
motherfucker!
And there is some sort of barrier that's preventing you from exiting the ship now that you've made your decision.
Zhao!
Behind Zhao, you see the creature take 2 steps forwards.
Can I throw my maintenance jack at it?
Yeah, you throw your maintenance jack and it bounces
As hard
off
as I can.
whatever
God
that barrier
damn
it is. But on the other side of this barrier, the armored figure, standing about as tall as a xenomorph, suddenly, like, you look away and you're distracted and you look back that they're there somehow, and they hold out their hand and a light similar to that from the monolith blasts out and the xenomorph disappears as she turns around again and boards the ship. Zhao is still on the station.
Can I grab the chick that turned around
You can
and
try.
like shake her? I would like to try and grab her, be like, you can't leave that little boy on that ship alone.
Yeah, so you grab onto
he's
her.
alone.
As a kindness to you, I will ensure his survival.
What does that mean?
It means he will not die here.
Okay.
And
Why
she
is he not
walks.
coming with us?
Doesn't answer your question. Walks off into the ship.
I'll just be like pounding on the invisible
You-
force field.
Yeah.
Needs
And-
to give us some sort of information. Like, what are we doing here?
She does not
She's
give
gone.
you any information. She's just gone into the ship. And we see the monolith pull away and disappear into the blackness of space. Shortly after, the station, in relative silence save for a terminal or two ticking away, another airlock cycles, as another shuttle has docked with Bessy's jewel. Carol Contact walks out wearing a standard issue Weyland Yutani hazardous environment suit, talking more to give himself confidence than anyone else. Come on, Carol, you can do this. We're survivors as Contacts. He's jittery as he walks into the station, and behind him, unnoticed, another figure approaches. It's another survivor, another one of the miners, claps Carol on the back and says, hey, just like we said, one quick sweep. Shuttle was slave locked. Might have just been autopilot. They find Zhao, and they bring him aboard. We pull out and away, watching Carol's shuttle picked up by the Weyland Yutani transport, no doubt to file a report and consider the impact of the recent events to shareholders. Invisible now to the shuttle and the Weyland Yutani supply ship is the Monolith, having departed from Dyers Folly and taken all 5 of you on board. Within the Monolith, each of you eventually, whether you want to spend time wandering around trying to find that woman, whether you want to try and break your way out of it, but eventually, each of you enters a room with what looks to be a cryopod of some kind, but again with that same biomechanical design. Eventually, each of you enters one of those pods. It's filled with a sour red-tinged fluid, tasting almost like blood, but different somehow, feeling dead, but with some kind of power in it. Metallic tubes snake through the pod and tangle your bodies until they find their target and insert themselves, piercing your skin to find nerve or organ. This happens throughout your body, and the tubes immediately begin taking samples and administering unknown substances. It doesn't hurt, though. It just is. As your consciousnesses fade, what are the last thoughts tonight of each of you? Perhaps starting with Gerard.
I think Gerard is kind of annoyed that didn't really go the way he planned, first of all. But he's used to being able to exert a level of control over a situation, and losing that ability is irritating.
Rowan?
I think she's repeating over and over again, I hope this isn't worse than death. She feels, I think, irritated by being stuck here, seemingly not really being able to fight anything, which is what she would have preferred, is to fight something. Instead, she's being subjected to this, which she doesn't understand, and probably underneath the anger is fear. So I think, she can't fight it.
She's afraid. And despite this being the choice she made, she feels like she wasn't given a choice.
Yes. 100%.
Elena?
Elena's also afraid, very much. She is, I guess, still so unsure exactly what's going on and what this is going to mean for her. Like, despite the fact that she is a pretty knowledgeable kid and she has been through so much, she's not as confident as she would convince others. So she's just kind of, I don't know, probably thinking about Harv, looking to see if Harv was with her in some way, shape, or form, some capacity, but she's, yeah, by and large, just afraid and hoping that this isn't the end.
And there's something about these connections to your body. You can feel something of Harv is somehow nearby. Harv.
Well, Harv is not thinking too much other than a sense of completeness in terms of he has fulfilled his promise as far as he is concerned. Because for him, what this means, he has made the calculations and the probabilities of what this could possibly be. And this is the safest way of keeping Elena safe and alive, like he has promised. So he has completed his goal. Another thought sort of crosses by his mind. It's probably the closest he's ever flirted with an emotion in terms of outside of caring for Elena. And that is the sort of a sort of irony within him that he may have been designated as a drone, like, you know, as a sort of combat bot before he took on the persona of Harv. He wonders if the creators of Max Truck would what they would think upon the idea that this lowly combat bot has learnt more and will soon possibly being part of a bigger whole than anyone can really realize.
And Penny.
Penny is completely deflated and defeated at this point. There is thoughts to the little hope that Zhao made something of himself and that something has saved him from the eternity of being stuck in that spaceship. But there is no joy. There is just only the sense that there's an extreme disappointment that all of her life goals and all of the hard work that she's been through to get to the point that she is at all feels like it's for nothing. And that whatever this is another disappointment. It's another issue. They potentially could have been saved, but this doesn't feel like being saved. This feels like being taken apart and put back together.
And that thought of the difference between surviving and being saved is something that Penny may have some time to contemplate. With those final thoughts, our characters having leapt into the dark and terrifying unknown, we will end Ground Zero, Dyers Folly. If we could go around with our round of introductions, outroductions, I don't know, shill what you want. Say your stuff.
Kieran, no, fuck you.
Start with Gerard.
I'm Tom. I've been playing Gerard Huntingdale, and I hope you'll enjoy.
Rach?
Hi, I'm Rach. I was playing Rowan Hale, and I had a lot of fun.
Sim?
Hello, I'm Simone, and I played Elena.
Phoebe?
Hi everyone, I'm Phoebe at SherBrookeWaters, and I played Penny.
And Chris?
Hello, I'm Chris, aka Unemployed Writer, and I played Harvey Malone. Real designation, Max Truck.
Max Truck.
Sounds American.
Yeah, that was where it came from. It was like the most stereotypical American name we could think of.
Awesome.
I can't believe I hit the nail on the head. I'm sorry, Kieran.
I am Kieran, aka KaradanZero. I've been the story mother for this evening.
Kieran has been playing us all.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ hang on. I think Unseen by those now in cryopods aboard the Greater Monolith, the dark-haired woman travels through the labyrinthine corridors of the ancient ship to its command room and gives a report to a figure shrouded in darkness. It takes some time to cover the details, but eventually, she concludes her report on the events of Dyers Folly.
We were able to secure substantiations of all 5 metaconscious subjects. Given the precautions taken and the fact that we allowed the choice to be made by the agents themselves, this should avoid further quantum sliding into these substantiations and provided an opportunity for further study into temporal fracture points and their relationship to metaconscious agency. Overall, our plan was successful.
Good. A satisfactory report. Only you failed to remember. It is not our plan. It is my plan. You are a mere spectator to creation, while I will become the creator. It is my will that extends beyond time and space to before the beginning of the universe. It is my will that will last long beyond the final star expending the last of its heat and warmth. Do not doubt that you will be rewarded for your service, but the design will be mine alone. Time beyond eternity, space beyond creation. The future will be sinister!